Well, it looks like we're finally live, and I've got a special guest in the clubhouse tonight. It's Naga Samurai Go Ichi, and I've got a special co-host with me also. Her name is Applesauce.
Hello.
I'd like to introduce the both of them. It's Naga Samurai. Oh, hang on, y'all. Hang on. And I've got. Go ahead, y'all. My bad.
It's all good. Namaste, everyone. Namaste.
Reason I got volume going.
It's good to have you here, Naga.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
My bad. I think RB did that.
Oh boy.
Volume going.
It's good to have you here. Well, can everybody hear it? Naga, are you still there?
I'm right here.
Okay. Well, I had some questions to ask.
I'm listening.
With a name like yours, we were just.
Somebody has some background play of the live going somewhere.
Okay, it's not. I don't
Hello?
have it. I don't have it playing. So,
Hello?
can you hear?
Hello?
I can hear you. I
I
don't
can
hear
hear you.
any.
Somebody's got the live feed going in the background. Somebody has some background play of the live.
I don't have it on.
Not me. Me either.
On. Let me double check.
Well, when he muted, whenever you did, if you may be sitting too close, when you muted it, your mic it went away. I think.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even have it playing.
I don't either.
That's weird.
Unmute JB and say something, brother.
Yeah. Let's see if that helps.
I don't hear it anymore though.
Yeah, I think it was him.
Mhm.
But you guys can go ahead.
What do I need to say?
Oh, there you are. Okay. Well, I was gonna ask Naga because of his name. I was gonna ask you, how did you decide on such an amazing name? Can you tell us?
Well, the name definitely comes from just a combination of the things of.
It's playing
Uh,
again, y'all.
I don't
It's
know. I hear it.
it's you, John Boy, I think, because when you muted,
Stop.
it stopped playing.
Mhm.
I am so sorry. I pulled a John Boy. It's all
Okay.
good now.
Oh, good.
All
Okay.
right, I'm sharing it out.
But the name definitely comes from a combination of my roots, my beliefs, what I stand for, things of that nature. So the word Naga itself is a is a derivative of the word Negas, which were some of the black gods that existed. Every group of people had their pantheon of gods, and so the Negas were the gods of specifically the Negro people. And the Negroes, of course, are just a race, are a dark type race alongside the Africans and the Moors and the Phoenicians of the old. But I digress. But Naga, they were the Negro people who occupied parts of Japan. They were in the Fiji Mountains near the Melanesians, down in parts of the Philippines, Okinawa, places like that. So, researching my ancestry through the Igbo people of Nigeria, my roots go back to Japan. So, Naga were the Negroes of Japan. Samurai simply means to serve. It is my, honor to serve people, to help whatever it is, to help them find their own way. Then the word go simply means guardian in Japanese, and the word
Oh.
ichi means
Mhm.
first. So I am the Negro from Japan who is serving, and I am the guardian first. So it can be interchangeable, Ichigo or Go Ichi, but Go means guardian and Ichi means first.
That is amazing. That's pretty cool. Now I know you have a hobby that you do. I can't. I probably shouldn't say hobby, but with your bows and some of the
Yes.
videos that you make with your channel. So
The
when did you start
sorry, go
this?
ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you clearly now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. I was just going to ask you, when did you start with your career with the bows?
Believe it or not, it that knowledge and information came down hard on me probably somewhere around March. I was
Okay.
just going through YouTube and being honest, there was a guy called the Backyard Boyer who had like plenty of videos on making bows from PVC, and I ended up buying one. And one day when I was back there practicing, it seemed to come natural. I looked at videos and saw different techniques on how to do it, and started practicing. And one day I just looked at my bow and said, I can do this myself.
Yes.
And I went and got a couple of pieces of PVC, and with a few more video tutorials, I just started doing it and believed in it.
That is
And
awesome.
it meant a lot to me because before the preeminent katana blade, the bow and arrow was the samurai's first weapon. And yes, there were Negro samurais, quite a few of them, as a matter of fact.
That's interesting. I'm sure a lot of people probably didn't know that. Well, other than that, with your bows, there's any kind of, I can hear music in the background. What kind of music do you like?
My favorite is reggae, and with jazz at a very close second, and followed by true soul music. I really do like classical music. Those are the ones that I love. So, but music that has a message, where the music is on a beautiful frequency and there's a message in the music, whether it's about love or spirituality,
Yes.
um, and things like Fertile Ground. They're this jazzy, eclectic group who does jazz and reggae and soul, and they have a message honoring the ancestors and about loving one another and being natural and things of that nature. So those are the type of music. That's the type of music I love. I love a good message music, and other than that, just something that helps the soul grow. Good reggae, good jazz, good classical music. Those things help the soul and the mind to grow.
Yes. Yes. I can totally relate to that. That type of music that can move you to positivity, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Different
Well, what
frequencies. I'm
right,
sorry, go
and
ahead.
for frequency, no, you're right. That's true. For frequency, that's a very important because it's a part of our makeup spiritually and physically. So that's awesome. As
And
far
that's
as
why we,
it's,
I'm sorry.
I was
I
gonna,
want
no, it's
to add
okay.
one thing. I'm
It's okay.
sorry.
I was just gonna ask you because if anybody were to know you, they would know that you have, like you said about being samurai, the leadership. Where did these your leadership skills? Where did it start? Where did it come from?
I honestly, don't have an answer to that. The only thing that I can say is that as far back as I can remember, I've always had my own opinion. I've always went and did whatever it was for myself. And I never really asked anybody how it was. If it was something that I desired to do, I went and did it. And if someone needed to know about what I did or how to do it or whatever the case was, I was able to look back and share the experience that I had, um, and be able to tell them, what happened for me. And I don't know, sometimes people just started listening, and I always just wanted to give the truth and help people find their truth for themselves. So I don't have an answer, but I've always moved on my own. I've always walked my own path.
And so that kind of makes me think about the other question that kind of leads into, um, could you describe like one experience that you've had maybe as a child that you can remember that was pretty important experience in your life, like from your childhood, like one experience?
Wow. I think one that reaches out the most is when I was somewhere. I think my mother and I went to a fair, and to make a long story short, there was this guy who was unfortunately beating his girlfriend in public.
Oh wow.
Um, and I remember how angry I was. I was angry because he was doing it. I was angry because nobody helped it. This was before cell phone camera, so that phenomenon, wasn't there. And nobody said anything. Everybody just looked. And I mean, he was so much bigger, and she was asking for help, and just so many other things. And I was mad at myself because I was a child, and I knew that I couldn't defeat this man.
Mm-hmm.
And I just told myself that things of that nature would never ever happen again in my presence. And that desire to protect and things of that nature, it expanded from there. That's what took me to martial arts. And so that was a very significant moment, seeing that, and then seeing that nobody helped her, nobody.
That's
And I said I would
terrible.
never let that happen again.
Right. That is absolutely terrible. So that's kind of that's a pretty important experience that probably shaped the way you are today, because you believe, I've heard several times that you believe in protecting and leading by example, which is pretty remarkable.
Thank you. I'm appreciative of the acknowledgement.
So that kind of makes me think of the other thing, because you did mention your mom, because you said you were with your mother. Um, what kind of relationship do you have with your parents?
Well, the mother situation, she's always been around. I've lived on my own and done things of that nature. But we have a really strong bond. I'm a mama's boy, but not your typical mama's boy. The most important person in my life, that was the woman who raised me by herself. I am my only child. She raised me by herself. Um, she taught me how to throw a punch. She taught me how to fish.
Wow.
She taught me how to change a tire. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Her, yeah, she walked that path with me. And as far as the father is concerned, I know where he is. It was just there was never a connection, and the only connection that seemed to happen was the connection with money, where money would be sent or spent or things of that nature. And so, but I've grown past that, and I'm able to see that he is who he is, and he made his choices. I'm not mad at him. I don't hate him, and
Right. That's good.
so, but there just really is no connection unless I decide to go and do some work with him or for him or something like that, because he owns his own carpentry business, so he's a good businessman. Um,
Hmm.
but other than that, there's no emotional connection. So, but that's pretty much it. My mom is basically, as we as the old people say in the hood, she's my ace cone bone. That's
Your mom's your everything.
yeah, that's my
Yes.
round right there.
Right. That's wonderful. It's what the at the way you were raised, you talk about your mom. What did she teach you about God, or did you come up with your own beliefs about what source is and what life and where it came from? Did your mom raise you in a particular religion, or
Well,
was
we
that a
grew up. Yeah, well, basically the whole family and things of that nature. We grew up as Kojic back then, Church of God in Christ, which was rare for Southern Negroes. Most tend to be Baptist, and but how do I want to word this? She was a Sunday school teacher, but she always had a way of looking at things and explaining things like I had never heard before. And she was also a seer, not
Mhm.
real heavy, but just could say things and predict certain things with true accuracy. And so raising up in Church of God in Christ, I was the minister of music at church for all those years. But it never really resonated with me. For me, I just went to church because that never really stuck with me. And on top of that, in truth, the thing that separated me from the majority of people, I never felt that connection with Christ. In truth, I understood the connection with what I thought God was, but there was just a disconnect. The Holy Ghost never touched me. So to all my people who are listening, the the black church, if you ain't been, if you ain't been to a Southern black church, and I'm not saying it
Yeah.
out of judgment, but this it's just it's a different thing. And I just never felt the Holy Ghost, or as the Torah would call it. I never felt the ruach those things, really touch me and have a connection with me. So I just went and showed respect and um, just started walking my own path and and figuring out what it was. But I hope that answers your question. I definitely grew up Church of God in Christ, and Jesus was law
Mhm.
around here. And that's all I can really say. But she had a unique way of interpreting what the Bible was. But they took it very, very seriously. It was not a
Right.
joke.
I understand exactly what you're saying, Samurai. They have twisted that around and deceived man. Churches are deceiving millions.
They definitely are now, but back then they did what they really thought was the best thing to do. They were really trying to live by faith and different things of that nature. They were really, really trying back then.
Well, I still live by faith. I've never done without because I've always been provided for. It might have been the last minute, but I've never, I don't know. I don't know if you call it suffer. I guess I'm used to the suffering, should I say. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my part of the thing that I've understood is not to really trip about the past. Is about how you learn from it. And I guarantee you, if just one of the things that hadn't happened to you has happened, you would not be who you are and where you are today.
That's true.
Exactly.
It's true.
Exactly.
It's really true. Good or bad. That's true. But if you could ask God, source, if you could ask one question and only one question, what question would you ask?
I would ask if I could have the secrets to the earth. That's all I would like to know. I would like to know if it would share with me just the secrets of the earth. This is a very fascinating
It is.
organism
Mhm.
that we live on. It is this thing is absolutely amazing. It is alive. It is allowing all of these things to happen upon it and in it and amongst it.
Mhm.
So that would be my one question: is could I please just have the secrets to the earth? And I'll be content with that.
That is
Yeah, I'm like,
interesting.
I want to
Yeah.
know the secrets to the everything there
Everything,
is. You
right?
know,
I don't think we could fathom
whatever
that though. I think that we'd be ready for that. I
I
don't
am.
think
You are jump boy. Jump boy
Yes,
said he's
I
ready.
am. I've been ready.
I don't think I would be ready for that. That is we can't fathom. I don't think it's possible to fathom. Um,
We can't, but we will. That's the whole thing. We will fathom it.
Right. Pretty soon we won't have a choice, I think.
Right. And like, I don't have a choice between all the stuff that's coming in, I'm just getting knowledge of stuff that I didn't even think about and finding solutions. And, it's weird.
well, like I reminded you last night, all the spiritual books, whatever you want to call the source or whatever it is,
Mhm.
it all gave us a promise that its spirit will be poured upon all men at a certain time. And that's just exactly what happened. It's being poured upon everybody, but it's if the person can receive it or not. And if they can, what can they do with it?
Well, yeah, that's why they got all the cell phones out there to sit there and, interrupt people from their vibration or their frequency or the connection.
You are absolutely
I
correct.
believe that too. Yes. All the electronics and all just distraction. Absolutely.
Right. And if you're distracted from that, you've got to be very quiet to hear, that other side, the higher calling, the voice, the big man in charge.
Correct.
Very true.
And I'm telling you, I've accidentally done it. And I mean, that's why I'm glad that I've got you, Samurai, on here as my first guest. And I've got Applesauce helping me host it. And I've got Peeps up here. He's being really quiet.
Like I said, I'm
But he's in there. He's here.
Peeps has been a super trooper for me, and so is Shauna and everybody else, Teacup and all. And I've really appreciated everybody, but just tonight kind of wound like it did, and this is what I want to do is interview Samurai and a few other people. So I'll be trying to get in touch with others. But I do like how Samurai's got his channel together and everything because he's
Mm-hmm.
showing how to build the bows, how to shoot the bows. He's showing how he's teaching people to shoot the bows. He's got everything. I mean, what would you call that? Urban survival? I mean,
I call it hood craft.
hoodcraft.
But he's contributing.
But I
He's
mean,
and that's what we
you've
should be
had some
doing.
things. I'm sorry.
Awesome. That's awesome.
What did you say, Apple
Yeah,
Sauce?
I said that Naga, you're contributing, and that's what we all should be doing, giving to our fellow man, and you
I
are. So
appreciate.
yes, it's awesome.
I really appreciate that. I'm like I said, this is just who I am. I mean, I'm so for real about this. This is who I am. I mean, like I told y'all earlier, I'm still a hood dude. I'm still one of those guys or whatever. But just I don't know, just definitive decisions were made, and just and walking with those definitive decisions. I just want people to truly be able to think for themselves. I really don't desire anyone to follow me, in that particular way. I'm trying to help people to love themselves and to learn who they are, to accept who they are so they can have clarity in life and prioritize in clarity and make decisions in clarity, but decisions of their own volition. That is really my goal, to help people think clearly and freely for themselves.
exactly.
Hmm. As we should, not
I
just
don't know
be.
what to say to that. I mean,
I
respect you
agree.
for that. And that's how I am as far as I want people to be able to come to this channel and speak freely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that's why I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to get people out here just one at a time to sit here and, tell us who they are and what they're about and
I
their
wanted to
thoughts.
say something. I wanted to say something about what you said too earlier, John Boy, when you were saying that some people don't have the frequency or vibration to receive it. That's true. But there is another part of it that people often forget about, and that is the desire and the will. If people truly desire to gain knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and do things of certain nature, you have to put in the work, and you have to have the will and desire for it. You have to ask for it. You literally have to speak or ask whatever you think source is to give you the knowledge and the information, and the ways to use. You have to seek these things. It won't just arbitrarily come.
Happen. Yes, I agree with that.
That's true.
John Boy can relate to that. Yes,
You
Yeah.
have to ask for it.
you have to
So
ask.
and there are three rules to prayer that I would like to share with everyone, um, because there is part of what happens when we ask the Creator for something. There's also part of what happens with us. There are only three things that you need, but the prayer is always answered with yes. But number one, you have to be extremely sincere. Have to be very genuine and sincere about what you are praying and asking for.
Hmm.
The second thing is you have to be very, very specific about what it is that you are praying and asking for. I tell you from experience, being vague with the spirit, or not being careful with your words, you will get exactly what you ask for. And sometimes what you ask for is not your intent if you're not careful with your words. So you have to be very specific with what you ask the spirit for. And number three, last but not least, you have to have the room for it. You literally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of that stuff, you literally have to have the room for what you are asking for. So if someone is praying and asking for clarity and certain things to change in their life, if your mind is cluttered and distracted by BS and other shit that's not even important, you don't have room to receive what is being given to you or for what you're
True.
asking for.
True. Very true.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. I believe that 100%. That's how I feel about it.
So make sure everybody understood. So that was three key factors when praying. You have to be sincere. You have to be specific, You have to have room for it. Those are very good. Thank you for that, Naga.
No
Yes.
problem.
Okay, if I can get in here real quick. Sorry,
Yes.
guys.
Hi, Pete.
Um, Love for Angels is asking, is there anything that you've done that on a regular level that has helped you reach your spiritualness of level that you're at right now?
You, I heard the word angel. I apologize for not hearing the whole thing on it.
Love. This question is coming from Love for Angels.
Oh, love for angels. Greetings. Of course, the practice is part of, you said, regular things. So practice is definitely a part of it. Um, and it takes some physical work as well as mental work. So two key things. Number one is part of the practice. If there's something that you do or do not desire to do or have happen, so forth and so on, write that down. And then literally, and you have to put in the work. Literally, every time that thought or that feeling comes up about that particular thing that you desire or don't desire, so forth and so on, you have to speak out loud to yourself. You have to either chant it up if you desire for something, or you have to chant it down if you want something to go away. I'm gonna say it again. You have to put in the work. You can't half step it. And so every time you chant it down, doesn't matter if it come back 15 seconds later, 45, 3 minutes later, 5 seconds. Every
It's
time it happens, you have to hear yourself chant this thing down or speak it up so that it can come into fruition. So that's the practice part of it. The second regular thing that really helps me is I put together a routine that I follow every day with contingency. Their routine entails of positive things, things that feel good, things that smell good and taste good, music that I like, anime that I like, stuff I think is funny, good
mhm,
music, the video game, making clouds, if you catch my drift. I
mhm.
surround myself all the time with people, and which is very few, but I surround myself with people and with things and with objects and other things outside of myself to continue to generate a positive feeling around myself, even the music that I listen to. So I'm always doing things to ensure that my vibration is on good terms, especially in my home. And
Mhm.
once again, that takes work to do. And then always keeping a positive mind, I'm typically able to receive things when they're being spoken, and it gives me the free choice, as I choose to treat everyone with respect and honor, and choose to be in service to the people. So I really hope that answers your question. Those are the regular things I do to uplift my spirit. It does so many things, just keeping a positive vibration and wavelength around yourself. It will move the world. It will change your life, especially if you strive to do it all the time. It's hard goddamn work, but in the work though, you can keep yourself in a positive manner like mostly all of the time. And that's what
Mhm.
I do. I really do that all of the time.
Well, Samurai, that day I got all this download information and I was writing it down on like paper plates and cardboard boxes, and I finally got a notebook and just started writing everything down.
Uh-huh.
It was that young, where was I going with that? I'm bad about blanking out like that, y'all.
It's all good, brother.
Where was I going with that? But anyhow, I was getting that. Look, I'll let you continue and I'll figure out where I was going with that.
Okay, Naga, I want to ask you also about when you're talking about surrounding yourself with positive things. Do you also incorporate certain colors like in your house? Because I kind of do that. I do colors that make you happy. Do you use that kind of thing too?
The colors more so for me is typically get more my clothing. But yes, in simple answer, the question is yes, there are certain colors for me that represent energy. So
Yeah.
like my base colors are always black and green, and what they mean for me. So yes, those things do matter. The colors I quote unquote don't like and that I do, those all incorporate. That's why I said the physical does matter. and trying to keep balance because we have to take care of the spirit and the body. So I was telling John boy that he needs to eat.
Yes.
That's what you need to do. You need to eat.
Hey,
You
hey, it
do,
came
John
to
Boy.
me.
You
It
need to.
came to me. I
Oh,
remember what it was.
okay.
You were talking about vibration and frequency, and
Correct.
how well that day all that knowledge and all that was pouring in. I had to grab the notebook and all. I
Right.
happened to be listening to orchestra sympathy music for some reason, and I had it turned up, and I don't know, something to do with that calming. It just started pouring in.
Well, you extend. You were able to extend your vibration due to that because classical music is on a frequency of the 101s is more on the alkaline frequency, and that is peaceful and that is calming. So you help to heighten your vibration because you were surrounded by a harmonic frequency and not a chaotic frequency. Unfortunately, what rap is in the 90, you know,
Right.
frequency, this
Mhm.
shit is chaotic, and
Oh, I had feedback on my end. My bad.
it's all good. But yeah, but you basically enhanced it with the classical music. Jazz and reggae would do that for you as well.
Well, yeah, I like some jazz. I also like some blues, but that's a different kind of vibe. You can go either way with the blues. You can either it'll lift you up or it'll put you down.
Down. Yes, that's true.
That's very
That's
true, and it also
Um,
depends on what key as well. Depends on the key.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. Who do we have? We got Omni Oregon Skywatch. I'm gonna do a little shout out real quick.
Hi,
We got
Albany. Hi.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings, Albany.
we got Love for Angels, Susan Robertson, Teacup,
Tika.
and let me back through the scroll here. Or
I
what?
hope I answered.
Shauna, thank you, Shauna. Squash, I'm so sorry. Wandering veteran. Jeep and John,
Mhm.
1976. Hello, man.
Mhm.
I'm sorry I got so far behind. Enlightened Skywatcher. Hello.
Hi, Enlightened.
Let's see who else we got in here. Everybody get to meet everybody. We're all good folks. Jamming 7. I don't know. It used to be Craig.
Jamming,
Let's
jamming.
see. Tales of the Blue-Eyed Indian in the house. Born Racers in the house. Bamboo Soldier is in the house.
Wow.
Let's see who else.
There's a
I
lot of
think I
people.
made it to the top. All right, y'all. Just gonna shout everybody out, those out there, and say
It's
thanks for showing up.
awesome.
We've got Samurai up here on the panel. We're interviewing, and he's teaching us a few things. How to, I guess, basically, I guess the answers are in ourselves, and that's what we've got to find ourselves,
Mhm.
the real selves. Well, I'm
Greetings to
gonna.
everyone. Greetings to everyone. Namaste.
All right, we got another question, guys. This question is from Love for Angels again. She's saying, do you have any thoughts about aligning yourself in tune with the Earth's frequency?
Have I thought about in tuning myself to the earth frequency?
No, do you have any thoughts? Like, what thoughts do you do to align yourself, to tune yourself in with the Earth's frequency?
That's sort of a difficult question. So being truthful, all right. The earth is not in the tune that she is supposed to be in right now. The earth is on a more chaotic frequency due to what the powers that be in the heavens, as well as here in the corporeal world. Um, whatever they've done, and also the period that Mother Earth is going in, um, it would not be wise to be in tune with her right now, because her frequency is completely been tampered with. The best thing that we can do is try to remember the harmonic frequency that she was right before 2012 and resonate with that, and then do our best to heal her and give back. That's the only thing that we can do, but it would be unwise, unfortunately, because if you get on tune with her with what she's going through, that chaos is going to it's probably going to be a ruin, and that's what's actually happening with most of the corporeal beings right now. Most of the people are naturally in tune with Mother Earth. That's why the message that has been in the air here lately is to vibrate higher. It's not that we're better than Mother Earth, but because of the frequency that she's on right now, we stay exactly on top of her, like the majority of people are. The same thing that's happening to the world is going to begin to happen to us few. And if y'all haven't paid attention, um, with how the harmonic frequency has changed, it has allowed evil to be prevalent. It is allowing thoughts of different entities from the atmospheric world, as well as the corporeal world, to send messages through people easily. And because these people are in a frequency of chaos, they can't determine what's real and what's not. I mean, y'all see all these people running around here that's naked and killing their children and eating
Mhm.
people's faces and just and everybody's claiming to be Jesus and God told him to do it or the devil told him to do it. Whoever it was, y'all see this stuff happening all around the world because unfortunately they aren't able to vibrate off of what Mother Earth is going on and they're in trouble. So um just go with a frequency that is peaceful. Like I said, surrounding yourself, allow a lot more of jazz and classical music into your ears and feel what that is doing to you and resonate with those harmonic frequencies that are freely given to us.
That gum, man. That was
I mean,
so
she's been
you.
there long.
That's
She's
the
been talking
first
to
time
me.
I've ever heard somebody say to untune from the earth. And you know what? I believe you're 100% correct, Samurai.
Yeah,
I'm
she.
A
sorry
hundred
I felt so
percent.
long.
Yes.
I'm not trying to speak so long, y'all. My apologies.
No, you're the
Yes, you're the
guest.
guest.
You're the interviewee.
And I think you're right, Naga. I mean, she's hurting, she's crying in pain right now, so we cannot be on that frequency, not right now. But we do have the power to change it though. With our positivity and the love that we show to our fellow man, we can heighten that frequency and change and heal her. That's my belief. We do. We could.
Exactly.
She's on the way to healing herself. It's just a time right now that she's going through. There's a reset that is happening.
Yes.
The spiritual world describes it a little different, but basically there's a reset, and those are the earth pangs that the Bible speaks about. She's going to have to regurgitate and refill herself because we have taken literally everything out of her, all of those gold and all of the gold and the diamonds and the platinum, all that shit meant something, and we took it out and then put it back.
Yes.
So she has to regurgitate herself and heal herself.
Well, I've said this before, Samurai. You know those old electric oil filled heaters that look like little radiators? You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
If you take all the oil out of one of those and turn it on, what's going to happen?
Want
That
to
started going to
It's
burn
gonna
up.
blow. Yeah.
Well, the oil that was inside this earth, I believe, was like a regulator. It kept the hot down there, and you know what I mean. It was a regulator. It kept it even and everything. Well, they just keep pumping it out by the billions of barrels a year or more. I don't know. I don't know the numbers.
It was
Don't
also a
quote me on it.
lubricator as well. It was a lubricator as well. It kept the earthquakes from being so frick fracking rough. It was a lubricator.
Well, yeah, and you know what? If anybody follows like Mud Fossil University, he's
Yeah,
determined that these rocks are bones, and the marrow in there is what is producing the oil, and that's why they call it fossil fuel. He's
interesting.
got proof. He sits there and gets all this stuff tested, and it's just it's hard to believe that there's a piece of leg bone that's bigger than five of me.
Yeah,
And it looks like a rock, but it's not because you can test it. And, All sorts of crazy stuff is happening in this world.
Oh yeah, Mud Fossil. Roger's pretty. He's pretty smart. Anybody want to check out that channel if you haven't? Here you go. I'll say, come on, let's go.
Yeah, Mud Fossil University.
Yeah, that's the
He
one.
does pretty good.
Him as well. I subscribe to him as well.
Yes, I'm subscribed to him too.
I hope that I was able to, give an answer that was understandable to Love for Angels. And I appreciate both questions. They were good questions. I hope was able to give something clear and something that was of substance and useful for you.
Oh
It
yeah.
was useful for me.
Oh, John Boy said it was used for her.
Well, I appreciate that, brother.
Well, I appreciate you, speaking the things that you've learned and you're willing to sit there and try to, teach us the things. I mean, it's wisdom, it's knowledge. That's powerful.
Yeah.
And it's experienced by an individual like you. And you're ready to come out here and let everybody know what you've learned. And it's free of charge and it's the truth. You know, can't ask
I,
for anything more than that.
Okay, guys, we got another question from Love for Angels. I
yeah,
think everybody else is a little shy.
that's fine.
Um, when
Say
speaking
something,
about heat,
peace,
go ahead,
peace.
go ahead.
I want to cut you off, but no, it's you say that, but it is the brave soul who wants to know, and I'm really appreciative of the questions because as I just said a little while ago, the people who truly, and I'm not saying I'm a source, but just people who want to know, they will seek it out, brother. And like I said, that's why I'm not concerned about big channels and having my numbers grow. I just really want to speak to the people that I'm able to help. There's no need for me talking if I'm not able to help.
Exactly. And you
So I
are.
Right.
apologize for y'all, but I had to put that out.
Amen.
No, that's fine. She said, yes, thank you. Sorry, I have lots of questions. And then we're going to go to their question that she has. When speaking about healing, do you negative energy, lower vibrations are a collective reflection of ourselves or our traumas? Or, sorry, our, comma, our traumas.
Is the negative energy, I remember first, so is the negative energy basically a collection of what was the last part of it? I'm trying to go through
Uh,
my mind.
no, it's okay. I could read it back. I could read like part of it to you. Like it says, when speaking about healing,
Correct.
do
Okay.
you think the negative energy, in parentheses, lower vibrations,
Okay.
are a collective reflection of ourselves
Reflection is the word.
or our traumas?
It's the lower vibration, trauma. Okay. The negative is going to exist regardless, but once again, it is what we allow um, to ourselves. So it's definitely a reflection if it's hanging around. Um, if certain things continue to happen a certain way, that reflection is coming back. But the thing is, how do I want to word this? I'm going to choose my words very carefully, and that was a beautiful question.
It really was.
It is a reflection of both the trauma and things of that nature. But the reason why the reflection is there is for you to remember what happened. Because let's remember, you're trying to heal. So the reflection is there as a reminder to show you and teach you what not to do. Doesn't necessarily tell you what to do, but it should be showing you what not to do so that you don't repeat those same steps and have the outcome. So the lower vibrations and and the trauma, they have to be around in order to motivate you as well. If nothing ever happened, the majority of us will become complacent, which is actually a very dangerous place to be. So, yes, they are reflections, but not to say that they're still a part of you on the inside, but it is reflecting a time or a place that you shan't repeat again, or you shall receive the same results. So I really hope that answered your question. If not, be a little bit more specific, and I, do my best to give clarity.
So Naga, what you're saying is it's there so that we learn and to not repeat. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. That's a good question.
Do
Love
we
for
have
angels.
any other questions out in the chat? My bad. My bad.
No, not yet.
I've lost my chat.
No, I'm covering it, but that was a very good question and
It was.
very good answer.
Well, thank you, bro.
Yeah, it was. But I think you're right on the spot on that, Samurai, about is a reflection of both, because that's what I was going to say. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to key in. And that's what you ended up saying. So we're on the same wavelength, at least.
Definitely.
Okay, we have another question now, and it says, "What do you use to help heal?" And it's from the same person. Yes.
What do I use to help heal? Um,
What
like I
method?
said, it's basically a combination of many things. But like I said, definitely putting a routine in place is one of the things that is always there for me. Um, like I said, you have to go back to the things that you love. You have to have a good memory when you're trying to heal. You have to remember exactly what happened to you. You have to remember how it made you feel, what you thought, things of that nature, and you have to go through those things, analyze them, figure out what it was that you did. Well, basically focus on what you did, what you said, and how you responded, and then come up with a way to not repeat that thing, to do something better. All of that is a part of what true healing is, especially for the soul. You have to go back and get all of those unresolved issues that you have, and you have to analyze those things, and you have to figure out exactly what was going on at that point. If it brought you to a place of happiness, add it to the repertoire of what you have going on now, and remember to incorporate that. If it was something that you don't want to repeat again, make sure that you remove the things that happen and the elements that surrounded it, so that you're not found in a situation again. So that's really how you heal. You have to go back and mend those things that are broken. You have to go back and put them together, as painful as it is. That's what healing is. Healing is the coming together, especially physically, the coming together of your skin and cells and hemoglobin and all that stuff to mend itself. So you have to go back and revisit. You have to take care of that old wound and make sure that you put it back together in truth.
Is there any
Man,
way
that
that
was spot on right
it
there.
is? But is there any way you can give us like a little, almost like a visual, like an example, like maybe a childhood tragedy or that happened, like at the death of a loved one? So how would you revisit that to heal yourself from that type of pain? You lost someone at a young age.
So specifically, you're speaking about
Yeah, if
death.
you, yeah, as an example.
Well, hold on one second. Let me hydrate myself. Excuse me. Well, actually, the first part of what that healing would be for death is that while they were alive, that you treated them well. That's honestly one of the first things that is a part of the healing, is that you knew that you treated them well while they were alive. Um, I don't really think that there's anything that can be done with that soul tie because of that detachment from the corporeal world. I don't know about that, but as far as steps of healing that in particular, go back and definitely remember um, the great times that were had. Keep those things in your mind and in your heart. Remember those and revisit those. And then if there were situations that could have been done better, once again, go back and revisit those conversations or those ugly words or whatever it was that may have happened, and speak about them and be honest with yourself. And if you feel that person is around, if there's an apology that was needed, or if there was anything that needed to be said, or something to that nature, in your mind and in your spirit, sincerely speak those things to, to that person. Trust me, they'll be able to hear you. They're in the either the atmospheric or the ethereal worlds, but they'll be able to hear you, and it will bring about healing to be able to say things that weren't able to be said while they were there. So once again, it's going back to revisit these things and to have clarity on exactly what happened, and to be honest with yourself on what could have been done differently, and vow to live those changes that you speak about. Um, because going back, sort of change it a little bit, but when you lie to yourself, when you lie in general, but especially when you lie to yourself, that is part of shattering the soul. That's why it's so important to tell the truth to yourself, because you can mend those things. But every lie that you say to yourself, it shatters the soul even further. So we have to be careful with that. But it has to be the work to go back and look at those things, and to mend what happened, and to live by those amendments. Hope that answers the question on how. I mean, I
Well,
know this.
that gave me a question, though.
Does that what?
That gave me a question.
I'm listening, brother.
So when you say the uh, atmospheric place, you're talking about the skies above us, and is that what we're possibly seeing in these clouds and actually like capturing on film, on video and pictures?
I think I understand your question. Well, let me answer it like quickly in the three parts that it is. So when you understand how all of this is made up, basically, you have the corporeal world which we live on. Then you have the atmospheric world, which is right above the earth. If you believe in the firmament, then the atmospheric world is pretty much inside of the firmament and slightly on top of it. They're laying directly on top of the earth, but made out of something different. Uh, the atmosphere. Then you have the ethereal world, which is mostly unseen to us. Those are your heavens, and you get a glimpse of that stuff when you can look into the heavens and see the nebulas and all that. That is the ethereal world. So, but the atmospheric is the area where a lot of spirits are. They're in the atmosphere, um, and that's just a world that is made of the gases and things that we can still see. And there's some corporeal aspect to it, but that's what I speak of when I speak about the atmospheric world, the world that is right on top of the earth, that isn't quite in the heavens yet.
And that etheric world, that's actually a liquid in its own self, in its own way. I mean, right?
I can't answer that for you. I've never gotten an answer on exactly what it is. But the thing is, if you believe in how the firmament separated above from the waters below, then you understand that we would be in some type of globular structure that does have water on top of it, but it doesn't mean that the ethereal world would be made of that water, because it would probably be above that water. It's made of the ethers. I don't think I don't think water exists within the ethers. They're two separate things. Water is atmospheric.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, the ether got parted between the firmament and us. You that's our barrier.
Well, I don't think we can leave the earth at all, brother. Until we
Right.
transition. I don't think we leave here.
Okay. Um. Anybody else got a question?
No, right now we have no more questions. Donna did bring up something about Nabas, I believe she wrote.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to bore everybody to death either.
Oh no, you're getting a lot of like very
No
positive comments.
No, not at all.
I could read. You got nothing but positive, man. Everybody says, you know, how they love to hear you, that your voice is truth, and they tell you how it is. That's from Interesting Things. Teacup said, very impressive.
Wow.
Man, just like I'm scrolling up here. Um, trying to look past the other ones over here. And
Honored.
Interesting Things again said, knowledge is power, and yes, right on. Trying to get people to ask questions, you know, just asking them. And then Bamboo Soldier said, wow, very interesting.
Greetings, brother. Greetings to everyone.
And then Roots Magoo said, never be sorry, Naga.
Roots.
Who's the root?
Roots Magoo.
That's a dope name too, bro. That's a dope name, Roots Magoo.
Yeah. And Born Eraser said, you good, bro, you good.
Born Eraser, what's going on? That's another very sincere person. He's very sincere.
Yes, he is. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. He made a video that made me cry, and I had to ask him to forgive me and stuff, and he never called me out on it or anything. His very first video, he sat there and just got me, man. It was in his own way. I mean, he wasn't mean or anything. He understood where I stood, and I got to commend him on that. I still do.
Yeah, so you
Well,
got a
I
lot
hope you wanted to shower when I said that, Racer. He's always in the shower.
what comes from the heart reaches the heart, as the old people would say. So when people are being sincere and you're open to that sincerity, it'll be received. It'll definitely be
Well,
received.
exactly. I mean, look what his video did to me. It actually made me cry. I mean, tears run down my face, and I was like, how could I have done? You know, this guy, I accused him of being a troll. I sat there and banned him from my channel and banned another backup channel he had. And he made that, and it was all because he didn't have any content. Next thing I know, he's posted a video and he was just asking people, you know, quit being, you know, it was like we are having trolls and hackers and stuff. I mean, not trolls in the chat, but like hackers in the computer. And he was just asking people to leave us alone. I understand why, you know, John Boyd's frustrated. And I mean, he got to me with that video. I got to say, that was well done. And I appreciate Racer for doing that.
That's
That
really
was,
cool.
yes, it was sweet, Racer.
Well, I think the majority of us in this community who say we care, I believe that we really do. I don't believe that anyone, is just like saying it just because. I really do believe that the people who say it, they really do care.
Well, everybody in this group has
That's true.
always been true, and I mean, there's never really been a problem whatsoever. We get the same people come in all the time, and I appreciate them. They're real faithful. Some of them, man, stayed. The squash is one, but there's a few others, man. They just stayed through whole 8 hour lives, and it was unbelievable.
Wow.
So I
Yes.
just want, yeah, make sure this whole channel stays truthful, and I don't, you know, I'm not trying to mislead anyone in any way.
Neither am I.
Truthful, and I don't, you know, I'm not trying to mislead anyone in any way.
Neither am I.
Truthful, and I don't, you know, I'm not trying to mislead anyone in any way.
Uh
I think
oh.
you gotta mute yourself.
Neither am I.
I'm playing in the background, y'all.
That's you. Or is it?
That was.
Oh, that was you?
I said I don't know what that was.
Oh,
Was it me?
I don't
No, I don't
know.
know. I don't know what happened. But
I was talking about hacking and they tried.
uh, Born Eraser says, "Yes, sir, family. We all are."
We are
Family.
family.
Yeah. Sisters and me. And
I
then,
wish I had a song list up. I'd play that real quick.
all right.
If I
Love.
want to get any copyrights, I want people to be able to, be
Yeah.
able to get to these and not, I don't want to worry about somebody going, oh, I got a copyright strike or not a claim on my meteorite video, and it was my meteorite. I mean, how do you
Wow,
get a copyright on your own meteorite?
That's strange.
that's
Mm.
utterly ridiculous.
But well, let me ask you, how are the people acting in the town of Memphis? You know what I mean? What's the common feel, the vibe, I guess? I mean, what do you see going on in that town?
Oh boy, it's, the average person here, in truth, and you know that this is actually a very, very, very segregated city. Um, but
Well, I used to live in Memphis too, so I understand. I mean, that's where I was born, and
but
I was out there in the '80s, and
I don't. Yeah, I was born in the '80s, so I don't know. How it was, but everybody just kind of like moseying around, just living life. Like nothing is going on. Hood shit going on. Whatever white folks do going on. People still running Beale Street every freaking Saturday night. Um, I mean, it's just
the
that's,
way of the world, huh?
yeah, but there's a special energy over this city that people don't understand. The mirroring that they are allowing us to do with Egypt, that is actually a type of ritual that they have going on with this whole Memphis, because Memphis is an Egyptian city, but it translates to Menepros, which is city of the dead. And there really is a warehouse, like take your ass to school, put in these hours, learn how to follow these bits. Like Memphis is an industrial city. It's the distribution capital of the world. So there's I believe, a curse that's been put over this city because of that big ass watermark that everybody cross every day going over to West Memphis. It's not a big M for the for Memphis. It is a watermark for the city of the dead. And
Hmm.
everybody here, is all about factories, factory workers, and uh, you know, paying your bills and going to the club and all that type of bullshit. So
You
very
know,
unfortunate.
that's the first I've ever heard that. I mean, how did that name come about? The City of the Dead.
Yeah,
I mean,
Manefro. Yeah. See, we have to remember that there were ancient people, some good, some bad, well, however you want to label them, but they plotted things across across the world. They built pyramids and built other structures, and plotted out different land structures and made different shapes in the land for certain purposes, sigils and things of that nature. So with people not understanding how maps work, how they flip the map upside down, basically, there is a complete mirror that America does with so-called Egypt. From how you have the Mississippi River going from Canada all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico and emptying out into the ocean, with the cities of Memphis and things of that nature over in Egypt. It's the same exact thing with the Nile and how it runs all the way from the top of Africa, all the way through the bottom, dumping out into the Atlantic. And they have a Memphis at the same plot point over there in Egypt as they do here. So the evil ones have been making physical structures and sigils all over this world for certain purposes. So Menephros is that connection of being dead. Memphis in Egypt back in the day was a place where the slaves went and got broken in, and where they had evil rituals going on, uh, where they accepted certain things with their placement on the waters. They were able to transport slaves and goods and everything very easily, and so they put a curse over the city that everyone would work for the industry. Everyone wanted to work at the river barge and load and unload the boats and things of that nature. It's the same thing over here with FedEx. It's your city. They want all the people to work for import. So they want to deaden our minds so that we have that type of mentality. Is this very special to this thing. This is a working city. This is a slave city.
I
So
got
damn,
you.
I didn't go that long again. I'm sorry. Well, not
It's
sorry, but
okay.
No, you're absolutely fine. You're the guest. We're trying to learn about you and what you believe, and I'm learning a lot. What about the rest of y'all?
Absolutely. Yes.
I've run myself
Yes.
ragged, I think, and I'm not the old chipper John boy I usually am, but I'm still here pushing buttons and figuring out which ones to go. All right, that's the one, or oops.
well, like I said,
But
I'm just to be asked, these things and to have me as a guest. It is my honor to be in service and in labor to everyone who is listening. I'm appreciative of all the acknowledgments. I'm humbled by it. Um, this is just who I am, and I'm here for all of you. Every last one of you. I'm here for you. Just be sincere about it. I'm here for you.
Thank you, Naga. That's awesome.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it, brother.
I'm a reflection of all of you.
I think you also. I was having trouble pushing buttons. I've been pushing and pushing and pushing. I finally got the mic off. But man, you got a hard day at work in front of you, don't you?
Now, I have to be in at 1600 tomorrow. So, but
Oh,
no, it's funny that you bring that up. The only thing that's hard about my work, and I don't even mind saying it, but it's just I'm surrounded by wickedness and other leadership people who are like truly abusing their power. Like I said, I work security for a living, um, in sort of a prestigious position, and we're security at these people's homes and just other people the way that they don't care about them, and they're so easy to want to put people in cuffs and show out and just write people up and get them put out. I'm just yeah, that is terrible, and it's sort of hard being in a position that I am to truly have compassion with these people and to actually love these people and treat them
Hmm.
well and talk to them and listen to them, be understanding when they drunk as shit. You know,
Right.
you know,
right.
and I tell people all the time that in order to truly be a police officer or to be security, um, just a little nerd fact: if you understand the energy of Mars, the Roman god, or you understand Ares, the Greek god, or even the African god Ogun. These were gods of war, of iron and metal. Um, the majority of people who are police should exist, that it exists, should have that iron will about themselves. Because first and foremost, you won't be afraid to do the job. It'll be in your spirit to protect and to have justice. And again, that iron will helps you be able to discern what is truly a threat and what is not. It'll give you that discernment to have compassion when people are under the influence and when people are just poor, when they're on drugs, whether they're a prostitute or whether they are, whatever the case is, you have to be able to have compassion with these people because you're serving these people and keeping them safe. So I
I,
don't. So I'm just
I,
surrounded by wickedness, to abuse their power.
I couldn't
So
agree with you more. I mean, you're exactly right, and that's everywhere. It's not only in like a guard service. It happens in our police forces, and well, it goes all the way to politicians. They abuse their place of power. I mean, they're not being our voice; they're filling their pockets,
yeah,
and that's a different subject. But it's just greed in this world, man. People are all about selfishness, and how much money can I collect, and what kind of materialistic cars can I drive, and you know, I've seen it all my life, and I've never really been part of it.
Well, because it doesn't matter. You've lived a life of simplicity, and that's why you pretty much have your shit together because you've focused on things that matter. We like cool stuff, but in the grand scheme of things, none of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is
Exactly.
each other. None of this stuff. I mean, and in my whole $1 million example that I like to share with people, even with the fancy cars, even if the shit don't hit the fan, but if you have all this money around you, and someone comes to take your money or comes to do whatever, I've never seen a dollar pick up a gun or a bow and arrow or a knife or have to stick a motherfucker with to help you.
Sorry.
But look, that stuff ain't gonna be worth anything anyhow if the
Oh, at,
crap hits the fan.
at all. When the water starts to take over this place and this ground really begins to shake, like none of that is
Oh,
gonna matter at all.
that's what me and you have got to look forward to because both of us are on that new magic fault zone.
Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in a little bit of trouble.
But I'm not scared. I'm not worried. I'm just, when the day comes, if I'm not going to be scared, and if I survive, I'll have stuff to eat on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid either, brother. I look at it really simply. If if I perish during the quakes or whatever, then I feel like it was just simply my time to go. But if I survive, then I'm going to be doing what I can to help other people and take care of myself. Is For me, it's just either or. I fear it not.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same way. What about you, applesauce?
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to quote a particular scripture, if that's okay, that made me think of what you guys were saying about having hope in riches and materialism. And I think it was at First Timothy chapter 6 verse 17. It says something like, for us not to rest our hope on any kind of riches, but on God who provides all things. And if things were to, like you said, Naga, hit the fan, um, money's not gonna is not gonna save you, and neither will anything in your house or your fancy car. But I think our faith will get us through.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I completely agree
Exactly.
with you. You
That
have to
was
have some substance in yourself
very well spoken, applesauce.
very well.
Yes. Indeed.
No, I'm truly enjoying this. I mean, can you stay forever, samurai? Or
I think I'll starve, so you can't stay.
Okay. Do you have are you ready to go, or do you have a little bit, a few more minutes?
I'm chilling long as I'm not boring the crap out of anybody. I'm chilling. I'm
Oh no.
sitting
oh,
here.
we can wait around and just chit chat and be us and go,
Yeah,
hey man, what's up?
No, yeah, no. Jacqueline XO, just
Hey,
in the chat.
hey, Jacqueline XO, how you doing?
Alvin
greeting.
Oregon, Skywatcher just showed up.
Enlighten us.
Roots. I was
Roots,
wondering about you today, Roots.
interesting things. But we have some folks that want to know their life number,
Their life
Uh
path.
oh.
their life path number. So,
Oh, that's so fun.
So this is okay. So for anybody who wants to do it, I will charge you, meet you halfway. If you want to know your life path number, I want you to put in the work, which is you take your full birthday. So if your birthday is August 7th, 1999, go ahead and put 8, 7. I forgot what I said, and then 1999, and add it all together. And then whatever those two numbers are, add them together. If they equal 11, 22, or 33, then you leave them alone. But if they are anything but those three numbers, then you add them together again. So I hope I didn't say that too fast. So I'm going to charge you to meet me halfway. If you figure out your own life path number, then I'll speak about it. But you got
Okay,
to put
well,
in work yourself.
Albany, Oregon Skywatcher said she already knows hers. Hers is number 7.
Yes, very special 7. I'm happy that she has the things about 7 is that
Real,
connection with
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you real quick.
go ahead, Lamar.
Let me ask the two folks that, because they wrote their birthdays in the chat, and because I thought you were gonna do it all that, and if you guys did you guys get that in chat? Did you guys understand the process of how to figure out your life path number for the two
Thank
of
you for
you?
that.
Yeah, that would be Shauna that was asking and Born Eraser that was asking. Did you guys get that? If you can repeat, I think if you can repeat on how to do the process.
Okay. So with the process, you are going to take your full birthday. I will make this a little difficult with numbers so I can give you the way that you do the process. So I'm writing it down as well. So we're going to use my pen right now. We're going to use November the 2nd, 1945. So that is basically, if you're going to do it in one digit, again, November 2nd, 1945. So I'm going to go 1 plus 1, which is November 11. Then I'm going to go plus 2 for the second. Then we're going to break down 1945, which will be 1 plus 9 plus 4 plus 5. So all of those numbers of 11 to 1945, they have all been, made a single number and are about to be added together. So 1 plus 1, 2. Now 2 plus 2 equals 4 plus 1, 5, then plus 9, 14 plus 4 is 18 plus 5, if I'm not mistaken, should be 23. 18, 19, 20, 21, 23. Should be 23. Somebody check my math, especially who has a calculator. And so if 23 is what all of those numbers added up to, now you will take 2 plus 3, and that equals 5. And 5 would be your life path number.
Very good.
Was my math correct?
Yes.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So I think, did you guys all get that? Shauna and Born Eraser?
Born Racer probably had to take his shoes off to count.
So silly.
I thought you said he was going to take a shower and then.
I know. I thought.
Well, he might have done that. Since I got my shoes off, let me go ahead and jump in the shower. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
love you, Born Racer. I'm sorry. I'm just picking on you.
All right. So Shauna is asking, she did 2 plus 26 plus 79 equals 107. Or are you saying 10 plus 7 equals 17, then 1 plus 7 equals 7?
Well, 1 plus 7 would be 8. But even with, okay, I give you all 3 examples. So if she came up with the 107, that would still break down again. It would be 1 plus 0 plus 7,
Which is
which
8.
would be 8.
Right.
So her
And so
life path number would
even with
be 8.
10, and then with the 10 plus 7, which was her second one, 10 plus 7 would be 17. But then once again, when you reduce it, what is 1 plus 7? 8.
Okay.
I think there was a third example. I can't remember what it was now. It was something else that she did. My apologies for forgetting that, but it was one more way that she But I remember the 10 plus 7 and then the adding 10 plus 7 and then the 107.
Wait,
It
so
was
if
No, you got it.
Shauna,
She
wait,
she was saying
oh,
then the 17 is 1 plus 7.
yeah, okay, okay. What were you about to say, applesauce?
I was gonna say I
Yeah,
was gonna see is Shauna is she saying she's an 8?
But
yeah.
yeah, that
She
she
is.
would be an 8, I believe. Yeah, because the 10.
Because I was just wondering, like, Shauna,
Hey,
do you have
Shauna, did
trouble
you?
with authority? I didn't know that, Shauna.
Yeah, so that she
Shauna,
would be an
you
8.
got to use your whole digit, like February 26, 1979.
Yeah, she figured it out. And
Eh,
Racer said yes,
Excuse
he
me
got it.
for, excuse me for a
Okay,
second. I need to hook this phone up to the charger. Excuse me 1 second.
No, sure.
I keep everything on the charger around here, and it still doesn't help.
Racer's got a comeback for you. He said, "John boy, I already got my shower in. I could have had 10 showers by now, waiting for you to go live."
That's a good one.
Well, that gum. I bet he did miss out on 10 showers because he's in there all the time.
Yeah. Angel, love for
He gets
angels.
out, he's all dried off, and then he's like, "Did I wash my little toe?" And he jumps back in, washes his little toe, jumps out, gets shot, dried off again. Then he,
Man.
that's just Racer. I'm kidding, Racer.
Yeah, love for angels said she's a 4.
I've truly enjoyed this, y'all.
Yeah. And Ruth said he gets lost with math. He sucks at it, he said. So do I, Ruth. You're not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone, Ruth.
I used to do a lot of math. I like math, but I haven't done it in a while. I like trigonometry and stuff like that. Man, that stuff can come up with all sorts of answers.
Yeah, I used to do that too, but not anymore. It's a long time ago.
Yeah. I'm sure I still have it in me because I can look. Well, if I started doing it again, I can look at a regular, like a tape measure for building houses
Mm-hmm.
and break it down to decimals, instead of saying, the fraction, I can break it down, but I haven't done it in so long. I got to get back into it, and it's instantaneous. I tell people I have a digital, tape measure.
Right.
I'm back, everyone. Yeah, snuck
Cool.
to go get a swallow of Coke and the thing blew up on me. Thought I had it iced up nicely, but no, there was an explosion of
Oh
Coke.
no.
Man, I go through that all. That's the John Boy effect. They got the Mandela effect. That's the John Boy effect right there.
And I'm a neat freak, so I had to go ahead and clean it up like right then. After,
Oh, of
yeah.
course.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So whenever
How many?
go ahead, John boy.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just gonna. I don't know. Go ahead. I'm fine.
Well, I was just gonna say, so if anybody does want to talk about it, I remember Albany Skywatcher was asking, but if there's others who want to talk about it, you can always go and read the website, but I look at things a little bit differently and have experienced certain things. So if anybody wants to talk about it or maybe have some information,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Okay. Um, cool. Thank you. Albany Skywatcher did drop in 2 links, seventhlifepath.com and then tokenrock.com.
And Shauna, you're correct. 9. Shauna,
I
you
suggest
are
read it. I
correct.
suggest going to read it. Yeah,
Yeah.
get as much
And
information as you can. Take it all.
so, yeah. Shauna, if you can look at Love for Angels, she wrote it in there for you.
Shauna got it up above there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Shauna is the 9.
Yep.
And John Boy, what were you? Were you a number 4 or a 5? I can't remember.
a 4, but I might have figured wrong. I might be a 5, but I've got all the traits.
Okay.
No, I definitely got the 4 traits, so I was probably right.
Yeah.
I think I thought I was a 5, and I redid it, and I'm definitely a 4.
Okay.
Because, hey, did y'all realize this? Applesauce, how should I say this? Applesauce in the eyes birthday, is that correct grammar?
Yeah,
Man, our
that's right.
birthday is on the same
On
date,
the same day, I know.
not the same year.
Mm, not the
She
same
was
year.
born in like, I don't know, 2000 and what,
2007.
2009?
Okay.
Yeah, but that is crazy. August 8th.
Yeah. What's the odds?
All right. I'm trying to find who had asked a question about the number, the life path number. Sorry. Am I still? Shit. Yeah. Damn it. I'm not muted. Sorry. Samurai, you said you already knew who had asked, right?
Yeah, I remember Albany Skywatcher, if I'm not mistaken, asked first.
Yes. Correct.
She was
Yeah.
the 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7. Yes. Okay. She's still in here. I believe so. Yes, she's still in here.
Well,
So.
definitely the life path number 7 is one of the central numbers because of its connection with the so-called God element. A lot of people, who know numerology and things of that nature, understand how the number 7 is connected with God. So one of the things that you have to be mindful with of the sevens is their balance first and foremost. How do I want to word this? Because of seven's central role, they have this quality about them that they're typically mothering and nurturing. They have a different type of compassion and kindness. Um, and then some of them are more of that strict mother who, can be a little bit of an asshole. But it's all in the nature of more so aggression, for lack of better words. They speak with verve. They believe in giving tough love, but they are definitely the judgers of all of us. They are the ones who judge and make sure that we're doing the right thing, things of that nature. And we have to be careful about their how their temperament is, because sevens do everything in extreme. Everything is about the extreme love, the getting it all done, making sure that it's all done right. And if we don't protect sevens from becoming the type of person that lashes out and can be mean, they can really lose control and not be able to come back because of their responsibility and role on this plane of being a mother and a judge to all of us. So I cut it off there. I don't really know how far to go, but that's pretty much what they are. They have a very important role, and they typically have a number 1 or a number 9 around them to help protect them.
Okay.
That's interesting.
She said thank you.
No problem. I can figure out what's going on.
And I think Born Eraser figured out his. I think he's a 2.
Last time he
Wow.
figured it out, he was something else.
Yeah.
It
Well, I
was a
think that.
prime number. It was a 22, I think. And thank you for that, Samurai. That was interesting.
Man,
But
no
it's the
problem.
truth, man, because when you did mine, I was what you said it was.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I just, like I said, just doing my part, brother. Doing my part.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
So.
that's
does
interesting.
he did he want to know about the two, or was he just happy that he had figured it out?
I think he's still in here. He was happy to figure it out. You could tell him about the 2. I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Well, it with him being a two, it actually explains why he's probably a little bit more sensitive than the average person, why his sincerity and things of that nature are like they are. Because two, and it doesn't matter if you're a man or not, but two represents the divine feminine. Um, it represents, all of the things that are nurturing and that represent love and a closeness. So being a two, he will be in a position to always have compassion for everyone. It'll put him in a position to have the type of compassion to where he'll probably take a lot of shit from people. He'll be able to take a lot more crap from people than the average person would. And, he would be able to, figure it out and be understanding and not, allow it to affect him and everything. But being a two, again, just represents that great divine feminine that really represents love and the connection that we have because of the two people. Everyone comes from a couple. It takes two to make creation. So that's where that divine feminine energy comes from. And like I said, it doesn't mean anything of being emasculated or being a feminine person, but there'll just be a connection to capacity. I mean, not capacity, but compassion and sincerity that the average person would not be able to comprehend well.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah. And I can attest that you're exactly right because Racer withstood the wrath of John Boy and put him in
He
his
did.
place. I'm serious. He put me in my place. So that is spot on correct for. I mean, if that doesn't show that he's a number two and what he just said, I mean, there's the evidence, proof,
Yeah.
proof. And
Okay.
applesauce. You could elaborate on that also, but we won't go there today.
Okay.
Okay, we
I
got
want
a.
I also
Go ahead.
understand there's no such thing as a good or bad life path number. All of these energies, just like with zodiac, astrological, all of these energies have their quote unquote negatives and their positives. But once again, what these energies are doing is helping you to divine a path for you that will help go with the path of least resistance a little bit better to give you insight on just basically some of the things that will be at your core that'll be honestly part of your nature outside of what you've been nurtured, but they will give you a good, insight and divination onto your nature and help you navigate better. That's what these things are about. And there's just principles and rules that go with being governed under these particular frequencies. Not that it'll control your life, but it truly will play a role. That's why I say the creator itself is awesome. It created this math. It used all of this math to create us and the worlds, with the golden ratio, all that other stuff. But the math, it was left here for us to be able to have a little bit better journey, to have a slight map through this corporeal world.
Okay.
And
Cool,
I
man.
think also too, Naga, is the more you know about yourself, the better you can be.
Correct. You can make better decisions if you know yourself. If you don't know what you're gonna do or what's going on, how can you really make the best decision for yourself?
Mm,
Exactly.
okay. Um, interesting things is a 6. If you can tell, he'd like to know more about his number.
Wait a minute. Are you asking me about a six?
Yeah, interesting things said he's a 6. He'd like to know about his number.
Oh boy, sixes have that Shango energy. So uh, it's typically the extremes that the sixes like to go on. Sixes are typically, especially the men. Very have a lot of vibrato. Doesn't mean that they have the macho or alpha mentality, but definitely can stand on his own as a six. The language is what it is, but lives on the extremes of exciting, in everything in between the fighting and the fucking. That's what sixes live for. That's what they do. Uh,
There you go.
and
Interesting things.
um, yeah, and the thing is, they're typically, like I said, very confident people who can probably kick your butt. You know, they don't have to, like I said, have the macho attitude, but the confidence and things that they're able to do, move forward because of the strength of the six. You know, they pretty much sums them up. They're actually kind of simple people, but they like to party, like to have fun. They like their attention, and they can have a wrath about themselves. And like I said, none of this is good or bad, because the six energy is needed to get things moving. Sometimes you need a person who is bold and blunt and who doesn't, give a crap about what people say and think come out of their mouth. You need those people to step up sometimes to be a voice or to get certain things moving. So, sixes again, they have their roles, but they're just sort of extreme people, and they love their pleasure. Sixes are typically very hedonistic, and that's not a bad thing, but they just, they love their pleasure. They want whatever it is, they need to be having fun. And if not, it
That,
don't suffer.
man, that was good there.
Wow. Interesting things, man. He said, wow, right on that. You're right on
Are you okay?
That's good.
That gum. That's crazy. Man, I
that.
didn't know this was going to turn into a live. Look, the first ever live call-in show for a guest. Can you believe that on YouTube?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
That's why I said I'm
That
honored.
is great. Thank you, Samurai.
No,
Yes,
thank you all.
John Boy, it's you.
Oh
Interesting things
no.
said. Naga Samurai, you just blew my mind. You're on the mark.
Hey,
All this
could I
information is
say?
available. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say all of this information is available for everyone. This is just where this is just where my path is taking me to, like I said, try to learn the secrets of the earth and just to help people with these things, and just certain lessons I picked up along the way that compounded upon one another. Um, I'm just bringing together just simply the things I've learned, and trying to walk a certain path and just sharing it with the people who desire to know. I don't want to force anybody to do anything. I'm not dogmatic. I'm just, answering questions, and but these life path numbers, this is a real thing. These frequencies play a part in your life. Again, this is a gift left by the creator, to help you navigate this thing, because none of us have ever been here before. So
Right.
there were left here.
Exactly.
Exactly. You got
Just one other thing on there, but there's, if you read a lot of spiritual books, the gods that be in charge knew some of these things, and if you do your research, you can read that a lot of gods did not want their followers to to get into numerology or astrology and things of that nature, because they wanted them to be the sole independent source of their knowledge. And that's a dangerous thing when you desire for people to be dependent upon you. And it's also dangerous for you to be dependent upon someone else. And that was the whole trick that some of those guys did, why they didn't want people dibbing and dabbling in the in the astrological things and the numerology, because this was a path to truth. I
right.
digress.
Okay.
Right. And this is actually a proving ground to see if you have really found the truth, or you know what I'm saying, right?
I don't. It's nothing. There's really nothing to prove to anybody. This is a journey that one must choose. It's nothing to prove to
No, I
absolute.
mean for
I'm
the
sorry.
creator, to prove our worthiness for the creator, right?
Our worthiness.
Purity, our honesty, our love, our cleanliness of the insides of who we are become
in
true
that in that way,
spirit. That's
absolutely
what
correct.
I'm saying.
Absolutely, I get what you're saying. Now you are absolutely correct. Yes, yes. I
Okay.
didn't. I misunderstood what you meant earlier.
Well, we got two other folks in chat that are on number 4, and that would be Roots Magoo and Love for Angels. Both of them are
And,
number 4s.
oh, yeah, and John Boy too.
Oh, and John Boy. So we got 3 folks.
All right, fours. All right, since there are three of you, First and foremost, the four is 2 plus 2. So you have the divine energy twice. So what happens when you get all of that divine energy together? The thing that can bring you into this world can also take you out. So the four represents a destructive force. Again, not a negative thing, but it represents a destruction in order for you to be able to rebuild again. You with fours, the type of destruction that they do is if you have a building, for an example, you would knock down every single floor to that building, but you would leave the foundation. And then with the new material, with the foundation that you're standing on, you would build a new structure from what was previously there, something better. So that's why fours will have a lot of questions. Fours are here to knock down certain walls that have been standing up for way too long. Um, they're here to destroy the constructs and lies and things of that nature. So a number four in life will typically be the person that if they caught somebody in a lie, like they will call them on that shit, like almost immediately, especially if it's a ridiculous lie.
Guaranteed, ain't that
That
right,
sounds,
applesauce?
yeah, yes, that
Ain't
is
that
so
right,
true.
Racer? Yeah,
That is
and
so true.
I'm so sorry, and I'm still apologizing to this day to both of y'all. I am so sorry. But go, I'm sorry I interrupted too, but I just wanted to say you are correct.
Yeah. So what? Well, thank you. But then also, you know, what I want fours to also be careful about is that they don't live in their own head too much because too much of anything actually is destructive, and sometimes fours can have a way of destroying themselves without trying to because they're too hard on themselves or there's something that
Like
has
not eating for 2 weeks.
Oh
huh
my goodness,
Like
yes.
not eating for 2 weeks.
Yes, John Boy.
can't do
Crazy.
that, dude. Yeah, you can't, unfortunately fours can spend a lot of time in their head, and so they're constantly trying to break down the walls, but they get lost in a cycle of just destruction and not enough healing. But again, in life, fours, they just believe in the right thing. If a four sees someone, really doing something that they shouldn't, they'll have a problem with it. But there's also a lot of compassion because of that feminine and mothering energy. It would actually surprise you that if a four can understand exactly what's going on and what's coming from, where you're coming from, there will be so much compassion,
Exactly.
to be received if there's an understanding. But you gotta talk to a four. You gotta communicate. You gotta let them know
Hey,
what's going on. You can't pop no shit up on the
applesauce.
four and expect them to roll with it. It
Hey,
don't work like that.
I'm a good guy. Ask applesauce, right?
That's true, John Boy. He's awesome. You are wonderful.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Racer.
But yeah, I understand. I am. If I truly understand, I'm a number four, and if I truly understand the situation, and everything, yeah. I mean, it goes down like Racer did me with that video, man.
And
Yeah.
love for angels, the number four is in your name,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, look at
and
that.
you're a number four. That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Is she saying anything? Does it resonate with her at all?
If I don't know if she if
Well, let
she's
me ask this real quick.
the number four
Being that
resident.
I'm a number four and my birthday's got a lot of eights in it, what does that mean?
Well, when
You
you
know what
understand
I mean?
simple numerology again, those numbers correspond to one another. So eight is a derivative of four. You can get to there are two fours that make up an eight. So if you want to look at what eight represents out in the universe is the balance of all things. The perfect and most structural thing will have 8 points that'll be to the earth or to the sky. So they represent balance. They're good at divine things and divining, divination, and they're always able to see both sides because of the balance. So if you think about that, the first part of their structure, because of the four being able to break down everything except for the foundation, When you have two fours, now you have two foundations that are built solidly and now can recreate once again something else brand new and improved.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, everybody knows my birthday is August 8th, but on one of my birthdays, I was filling out this application, and it happened to be August the 8th, 19, what was it, 2008. And the lady said, "You're the golden child." I mean, and I go, "What do you mean?" And she said, "If you take all the eights and lay them down,
They become infinity
it's
signs.
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 all the way across."
Uh,
Mhm.
well, you also have that aspect of triple and infinity as well. The eight, especially after it came over here to the Germanic type of languages and stuff. The eight is the infinity sign turned sideways. The eight really does supposed to lay with the two outsides, and so you have three infinity signs around you, and is also representing how the snake eats his tail. So we're speaking about things in perpetuity, perpetualness. So that's also
So,
why eight is also the balance, because the same shit that happened then is the same shit that's finna happen, and the shit gonna happen again.
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I'm from the hood. It switch in and out. It switch in and out.
No, it's fine.
That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm from all over the place. I'm with the cool guy mafia, you know what I mean?
Who got mafia? What a nine.
I'm
What
gonna
were you
go
about
ahead
to
and
say? Oh,
welcome some more people here, and then gonna ask you about some other numbers here. Anime just came in. A Trace in Time,
Hello.
A trace in time. Hi,
greetings,
Tales of the Blue-Eyed Indian,
Teo.
the brother.
and did I say anime already? Yeah, I think.
You did.
Was
That's how you
Yeah.
pronounce it. I thought it was a name, a name. So see.
Well, yeah, it is a name, but everybody, I don't know why some people started calling her anime. I don't know why. So
Anime is her actual name.
Oh,
It's
it
like
is.
the
Oh, okay.
cartoon characters, and everybody was calling her a name, a name. Well, Squash started it because his daughter drew a lot of anime, and he got sick of anime or something like that, and he didn't want to say anime anymore, so he called her a name. I think that's how that got started.
yeah, yeah, I remember something
You
like that.
heard it here at John Boy. No.
And then we got two folks with a number 9, and that would be
Okay.
Shauna and myself.
Mhm. And then
You a number
The
nine?
revealing
Yes,
Number
sir.
unknown.
nine?
Hello.
The revealing unknown just showed up. Hello, welcome. Yes,
hi,
sir. I'm a
Mama.
number 9.
Interesting, brother. So that's one reason why we get along. Little nerd information. If you understand numbers, there literally are only it's technically nine numbers that exist, because if you look at zero in its truest form, they have a physical representative of it, but it doesn't exist. Zero represents no thing. So you could say there are 10 numbers, but it's nine. But you being a nine, you are what's considered the omega, and I'm a number one path, and I'm the alpha. So ones and nines typically get along damn good. But I digress. Uh, but to be fair, who showed up first? Who asked about it first? Did you, as the nines,
Shauna.
ask first, or
No,
did
you
somebody
can.
else?
It was Shauna that asked. She's a number 9, and
Okay.
she thought she was alone. And I said, no, I'm a number 9 as well. And she's like, okay. So, but you can go ahead and speak for and just tell her, like, and then I'll.
I'm speaking of both of you. No, it's fine. I just wanted to be fair. That's all.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, first of all, namaste and greetings to everyone that's here. The love is real here, so please just feel welcome, and just know that you're loved and all that good stuff.
Hyderabad, welcome. Sorry, you wanted to squeeze that one in.
Hey,
Hi,
go ahead. Go
Mama.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, that he just showed up.
All right, number nines. First of all, God help us all if you all really, really, really get pissed off. May spaceships and tanks come and protect us, because first and foremost, nine is the end. So 9, just like 4 was, is a very, very destructive force. 9 is the type of force that is gonna tear up all that shit. Y'all not gonna even leave the foundation behind. It's all getting destroyed. But why is it getting destroyed? So there can be nothingness, which is 0. And
They're
then
Sheba.
say it again.
They are the Sheba in a way, the
You can look at it that
destroyer.
you can look at it that way, definitely. But they are going to absolutely destroy it all. So of course that it could be rebuilt completely brand new from the foundation up. But in life, nines are typically your protectors. It will depend on what the situation is, but if a 9 has any passion about it and is wrong, especially toward the fight or confront it, a 9 will go right up to it. Like, an example, if a 9 saw, I guess, like a gal, just somebody picking on someone, and they knew better, well, especially if they had a connection to it, a 9 is in their fight. They are about to fight for you. They're about to destroy this person out of your life. Nines are also big on justice as well. The majority of 9s want to see things done the correct way, and they will have no problem making it known that they will do something about it. And like I said, very protective, very loyal. 9s are very, very, very loyal. But again, if you betray their loyalty, may some spirit help you, because you will have a problem. If you want to understand something about, shapes as well, the number 9 represents the storms. It represents your tornadoes. It represents your hurricanes and things of that nature. Um, and what I always want 9s to be careful about is that they don't allow their personal passion to sometimes supersede what could be more important. At times, if 9 has a certain lock on a thing, they will go after it completely and intently. And sometimes something that was important or a mistake can be made that can cost them dearly. That's with everyone, but 9s have this thing in particular because, like, when they're in it or they're for you, whatever it is, like, and for you personally, Peeps, Deadpool actually makes a lot of sense for your avatar, because Deadpool is like that. And I'm just saying it, take the word for what they are. But Deadpool in a way is reckless because he know he can't be stopped, so he just going to do some shit
Right.
and not think about the consequences.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I want 9s to, just be careful about that. But no, the love in 9s are real. If they love you, they love you. 9s are typically in the shadows. They typically are the support system at the very end. 9s will be behind the scenes doing things, but allowing other people to take the credit for it.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. And you're pretty much spot
So
on.
roots and
Where um, Hyderabot said he's a 9 also. So Hyderabot, just
Not
what he
my
was
brother.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go
yeah. I
ahead,
know
son.
he's not that.
Go ahead.
No, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Say it again.
No, Hyderabot just said he's a 9, and I was just gonna relate to him that what you were talking about is that pertains all to number 9s and Shauna and myself.
Definitely 3 9s in the building. 21.
Mm-hmm.
3. All numbers that are multiple of each other's as well always have a connection, like 3s and 9s, things of that nature. And once again, this is why, just going back to 70, if Alvin is still here, 7s have a special role. Why? Because in the spectrum of numbers, 7 has no multiple.
Mm-hmm.
7 has no multiple. 2s and 8s, and 4s, and things of that nature. 5, and like I said, if you put the 1 and the 0, 10, which is the highest number, those things have multiples, but 7 has no multiple, not an even multiple at all, out of the spectrum of just what the true numbers are.
Okay. Anime. She just came in the building. She said she's a number 6, and
A
thank
number
you.
6, female
Yeah.
6.
Yes,
Wow,
just a female.
it's a little bit different. No, I know. I'm just saying that because I think somebody was a male 6. I forgot who it was. Who was a path number 6.
Uh,
Um, but being a female number six. So typically the number sixes also they play more of a guardian role. And I will say most female sixes they are about the fight. They will get into the fight. That's something that they enjoy. They're typically uh they're not as open. What way can I put it? Like how six men love to just simply fight and fuck. It's the same thing with the female, but it's just more in a conservative manner because they have a few more things to think about. Like I said, they're protectors. They have a special place in their heart for children. So your typical female sixes would be people who are more of your line of, for lack of a better word, like social workers who are really trying to get the justice for the children. And see things right and will put their hands on you if you disrespect the children or things of that nature. They're always the reserved warrior. They are always ready to go. Like I said, number six as a male would just go ahead and do it. But as the female, you have to understand that they are ready to go at all times. They're ready to take leadership. They have very good leadership skills. They know how to speak with verve. And they also do love the attention. Not as much as the guy, but they do love the attention. Every once in a while, they have to flaunt their peacock feathers and let everybody know, like, I did this. Like, this is me. I did it. Know that. Because number sixes have a special type of confidence in them that nobody else has. A number six, male or female, they are the shit, and you can't tell them no different.
Oh,
I guess the dog agreed.
yeah, see the and she's
Amen.
a female. And that other six was interesting things. He put it in there. So yeah,
This right there. So,
yeah.
but they're very similar. They're like I said, both people who the male and female, they both walk with their heads up high. Like I said, they are the stuff, and it ain't nothing that you could tell them. And like I said, the difference between the male and the female specifically is that when it comes to the fight, or when it comes to, the protection or the excitement aspect of it, the male is going to put it out there, but the female is going to do things in a way that lets you know, but they won't. It's so subtle, but they mean it. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not. I can't word it there. Ah,
It makes perfect sense to me. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So just say how the male would come out and I use one of the extremes like the sex. If the male wants to have sex with you, like he will literally walk up to you and say that to you. But the female, she will do all of these actions and things to basically seduce you. And if she wants you, she gonna come after you. She'll do it all in just a different way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and
Exactly.
then we got Tails of the Blue-Eyed Indian. He's a number 8.
The balanced one. The balanced one. Eights have a very, very special connection to the earth. Like I say, the eight turned sideways represents perpetuity, foreverness, eternity, as a matter of fact, which has no beginning and has no end. The world serpent that bites his own tail. So that clear connection with the earth and with having everything balanced and making things right. Eights are those type of people in life who will understand everything. They'll be able to look at you and see what your path should be. They'll be able to divine in a way. They're natural diviners. They'll be able to sense things that other people simply cannot because they have that connection directly based on Mother Earth. They have the power to tap into the eternal understanding of things. And so eights will have an understanding of actions and people and things and events that other people won't be able to. They'll be able to, see a different side of it. So eights are your people in life. I can only give you the archetype of that old wise grandmother in particular. That grandmother who is just always around. She's watching. But whatever you ask her, whatever needs to be done, I promise you, grandma has the answer. They have the answer to what needs to be done. Um, and they also have one dark streak in them. If you find a way to dishonor yourself, because they solve problems for other people. That's part of what they do. They know a person has a problem, and eight will solve it for them. So, but if they realize that a person doesn't appreciate what's going on, an eight will almost strangle you to death because you can't appreciate the simple gifts of love and life and everything. They just see things in a forever time.
Okay. Mm, I'm actually gonna be putting your link right now in chat, so people know who you are. Go check him out. That's our guest speaker here.
Has anyone spoken about if anything resonated with them? I didn't even ask you. Did they resonate with you?
Oh yeah, I had already said nailed it right on the spot.
I didn't
And
hear that.
oh okay, yeah, you nailed it. And then Shauna said you nailed it too. And the revealing unknown. I'm trying to find what his number was. Well, shout out to Love for Angels. For those of you that know, that's my wife, and she's been doing everybody's birthdays, figuring out their
Oh,
number, and then putting them in here.
that is
So
nice.
yeah, so thank you. And welcome Lucia D.
Hello,
Um,
Lucia.
Welcome, welcome,
who else came in
everyone.
here?
Shauna, Lucia, D,
Hey,
love.
Hello,
hey,
Lucia.
stop, stop.
Lucida. Lucida.
Trying
Oh,
to,
by the way, peeps, I guess I should warn you, just in case, and this is for Shauna, the serious difference between the female and male nine, is that when she destroys indefinitely. I'm serious by any means. You really don't want to be
Uh-oh.
of a female kind. You do not want to be there. Her wrath is
Oh my God.
beyond.
yeah, she said she's listening. Shauna said, "Well, I'm not married to Shauna. I'm married to Love for Angels,
Oh, okay. I'm
so I don't have
sorry. I
to
was
worry."
like, you don't piss her off.
Yeah, but yeah. So
But my apologies for that, though,
oh no
brother.
no, that's okay. That's okay. Revealing unknown. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for putting your number there. He's a number 5.
A guy five, huh? And who was that again?
Revealing unknown.
Oh
The
man. Okay.
revealing unknown.
Uh,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, more than likely he is going to be a ladies' man, like right off the bat. It's probably effortless for him. Money probably flows to him pretty easily, even if he spends it quickly or whatever the case. Money will come to him pretty easily. Fives actually are a break for us. Fives represent the sweetness in life. So when you understand all of your very attractive goddesses and things of that nature. And so don't get me wrong when I say this, five is a feminine number, but that doesn't play upon, a man being emasculated or being feminine because of that. But it is the number of sweetness. Like I said, your goddess Aphrodite, your goddess Freya, the Phoenician goddess, even though she later became a white Norseman. I don't understand. But Freya represents money and sweetness and a sexual aspect. If y'all understand where the word Friday comes from the goddess Freya, which is why the majority of people in the world get paid on Friday, representing Freya being the goddess of money and things. And also the African goddess Oshun. And whoever this guy is, I know he is very, very loyal, very loyal. And if you are disloyal to him, that's one of the things that fives despise. Do not betray this brother. He will really do everything he can to take you out. Uh, there's also a love that is very deep because five also represents the river. There is a running, continuous love that fives also represent. Are
Sorry.
you on applesauce?
No, it's not me. It's The little one here.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I
I
thought
said,
something happened to you. I was like,
No, no,
man,
the
I'm
puppy,
on
the
my way.
puppy, the puppy bit her. We have a new
oh
puppy.
man.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's cool.
It
No, it's
wasn't
cool.
me.
Oh, it's cool.
It's all
Wow.
good.
Man, I just made it back. I took off running. I thought
What?
Bigfoot was after me again. Dadgummit.
It's a
So,
puppy. Shh, quiet.
but also with number fives though, like I said, there is a deepness that runs in them where they have this love in them that no one has ever seen. One small anecdote I tell you about was that out of all of the African gods that came over to the Americas with the slave trade, there is one goddess in particular who governs the number five, and also the men have this trait. There was such a love in her that she was literally the only goddess that got onto the slave ship and rode over to the Americas with the slaves on the ship. So that is a different type of compassion and love that no one else can express. So that's why the loyalty and things of that nature are so important. Again, they have an important job, which to keep things sweet for us. They have the love in them to come and turn your frown upside down immediately. And not to mention, most of them are just very, very attractive people. So they attract people. And just they just the sweetest people it is in the world. But please don't betray their loyalty, or you will be at the bottom of that river.
Oh dang. And the revealing unknown said very accurate on that.
Okay.
He's like, yes, sir. Wow. And yes, he is a ladies' man.
Why you not a ladies' man, no brother? Well, no, I
No,
don't,
yeah. He's like, and yes, he's a ladies' man. He had his little fist up in the air. Yeah.
really.
That's so funny.
And he is overly kind. So yeah, you
Ah,
nailed it.
ah. I would hope that he would, if he chose to, I would hope that he would change that word overly, because there really is no such thing as being that way. The only thing that can happen is that a person can be distracted and be allowed to make foolish if they continue to do something for something that doesn't change. But outside of that, there is no such thing as being overly loving. That is a wonderful freaking thing. That
Yes.
is absolutely amazing. No thing is wrong
I'll just say,
about that.
Yeah, he
But
said
number one,
ethics.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that's fine because most fives typically have a one or an eight around them, and both of us, if we see someone trying to take advantage of their sweetness, we'll kick their ass for you.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So don't be afraid to do that.
There you go. He said ethics and loyalty is very important to him. So yes, thanks, man.
Wait a minute, say that again. You kind of went out. What's important?
He said ethics and loyalty is very important to him. So he said, yes, thank you, man. Like thank you, Naga.
No problem. No problem at all.
It sets him aside from a lot of people, but you're right.
Oh, we can't help it. Fives always stand out. No matter if they, even if he's a short guy, I don't, he's still going to stand out. They can't help it. They can't help it.
Yeah. Dang, man. Yeah. Putting out your link again.
Thank you,
But
brother. Like I said, I'm here for all of y'all. I'm honored. Y'all have no idea how honored I am to, to be a guest and to have these things. Like this is a really humbling experience, and when it's all said and done, this makes me check myself. Because if I'm out here trying to teach people or speak truth to people, I gotta have my shit together, or if not, I'll be giving misinformation and doing a disservice to the people.
Hmm.
That's
That's
why
mhm.
it's
true.
hey,
to live what you speak.
It
and
could
Samurai,
go ahead.
What's going on, brother?
I was just gonna say, like I said earlier, I can feel the kind of person you are before I've ever spoke to you with words. just in comments talking to you over the period of time that I've known you, and it's like I've known you all my life, and I know you're about the truth and all, and that's why you're on here now. Because you're truthful and you're honest and you're down to earth, and you know what's going on. There's nothing making you mold your ways. You see the direction you're headed, and you're determined and gonna steadfast that direction. And I appreciate that. And it's an honor
Absolutely.
to have you here.
It's nice. It's nice to know you, Naga.
The
Yeah,
honor is all mine. I'm a reflection of each of you. Those things have to exist inside of all of you in order to recognize them in the first place. So we're just here to build each other. That's what we do. Everybody got their role. Stay in your own lane, do your own role. And that's what the village concept has always been about. So that when the child is
exactly.
born, the child will have many examples, and the child will also have a place to go to among many choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
it's
exactly true. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, our neighbors had the same power as our parents. If they caught us doing something wrong, they could spank us right then and there. You know what I mean?
That was the whole South, my dude. The whole South is just like the world. It ain't matter if you was black or white. Now the neighbors could beat your ass back then.
I
yeah.
know it happened in my neighborhood. And dadgum, the grandparents had some even more powers.
Bro, we're not gonna start talking about whoopings, man.
No, I'm just saying, but we were taught. And I say
But you know
this,
what? Those ass whoopings kept a lot of us out of prison, though.
but this is the problem. This is what they based everything off of, and this is something I'd like people to change. And it's probably, it's my own idea. Nobody has to listen to what I'm saying. But that old saying, spare the rod, spoil the child. People think you're supposed to beat that child with that rod. And if you look back, that rod was used for guidance to guide the sheep. It wasn't used to beat the sheep, it was used to guide the sheep the right way.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, John Boy.
Yes, very true.
But
Uh-huh.
anyhow, that's the way I was raised.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Come here.
think it's, they didn't know any better. They were
Correct.
just doing what they were taught to do.
Correct.
What was the new way of teaching? I'm not gonna. I shouldn't go there and be quiet.
No,
I
no,
That's
was
speak.
gonna say church teachings that made them that way. It was strictness and fear and you know power. To me, I mean, they had authority to where I mean everybody needs to respect their parents and their elders. But I think at one point in time it was a little overbearing, and now it's non-existent.
you can,
Right. It doesn't even
Yeah.
exist.
right.
Very unfortunate.
And I'm glad I grew up to where it was kind of in the medium, and I've stuck to the values. I do not believe in lying or stealing or cheating or anything.
Well, I believe
I,
in all those
I
things.
guess I'm the number four to say I am. I'm the dadgum. I'm gonna tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat nothing. Ain't that right? Born a racer and applesauce.
That's right. We can attest to that.
I am so sorry again. I'll say that again.
But John Boy, I would like to add one thing on that though. Like the biblical verses often did have dual meanings. The reason for a lot of the original spankings, like for real in the first place, was just to show consequence. There is a difference between a beating and and I definitely get that. And I'm not gonna say I'm thankful for whoopings, but if there wasn't something to show consequence, in essence, I don't know what I would have done. Like I said, I think my mother whooped my ass out of prison. I ain't never been.
Well, look,
Would have rather went
school.
to prison sometimes than get my
I
ass
got
whooped.
whooped every year at school, starting from first grade to I guess when I got out of high school, from every teacher, just about.
I get, like I said, I'm not. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but if we can get to a place to where we can communicate with children a certain way and they're able to understand the lessons, without that, all I can say is that because corporal punishment has become a crime on all levels, it has affected this world. Again, I don't know if it's
Right.
right or wrong, but it just some stuff has changed though. Without that, it just,
Exactly.
That's true.
and I don't condone beating, but there has to be something. And I guess as young people, pain is a very good receptor to understand and receive a message. I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but but the world has changed since that has changed.
Oh yeah.
I
Um.
believe it. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Well,
think
like
there was a purpose. I don't think you're supposed to hit the little dude with a rod, but help him understand through pain.
right. You could. I mean, I believe in like spanking and you know and disciplining your child. Like not to like abuse the hell out of them, like knocking them out or hitting them with a rod or whatever like that. I mean, if they need to get spanked, they need to get spanked. It's
Right.
not like, nowadays it's like all the kids have a TV or game system or something in their room, so you can't even say go to your room for 5 minutes. They're gonna go, they're okay, and then they're gonna go play their game
Go
system.
play. Right.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
there's no punishment there at all whatsoever at that point. They're more than happy to go to their bedroom.
And then
So,
there's different levels for different people. I've known people who I actually know children who have never gotten a spanking for whatever it was. They were able to make that connection and they didn't do anything.
hmm
There were really some good children at school back when I was at school. Really, I mean, like who like good children. They never got suspended. They didn't get into fights. They got ease in conduct. And then there's some people who only got one spanking or one whooping, and that
yeah,
was enough for them.
Hmm.
true.
I
Uh,
just wasn't. I wasn't that dude. I was some shit.
yeah.
I was always bucked in the system.
Yeah, I think you're an indigo child like I am, John Boy. So it's just we didn't have a choice but to rebel. That's what we came here to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Came to do.
We got some interesting comments on this raising kids thing. Um, a name said spanking here stopped working at around 6 years old, so we stopped spanking. But everyone is different. Very
Right.
true.
Respect. Yeah.
And then Love for Angel said we're so stuck in the matrix. Kids these days are growing up much more different.
Way different.
Yeah,
Totally.
and and then Roots Magoo said people forget about a lot of things, but they don't forget about pain. Makes them remember.
Ah, okay.
Very true. And then
Mhm.
Interesting Things said on their phones, that's all they care about. Yeah,
Yeah.
True.
very true.
I want to share the one thing that just scares me about them the most, especially when I was an officer at the public schools. There's this thing, and if I could find out how to heal this, I will. But there's this microwave mentality about the majority of them, where like when I say literally nothing else in the world is important to them except for what is happening to them right here, right now, right in front of them. What happened 5 minutes ago, what's about to happen, it matters not to them. They do not think of it and they do not care.
Hmm.
That
hmm
frightens me about these young people.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
scary.
yep. Yeah, it's like there's
Nothing else
no.
matters.
Hey, look, let the internet get disconnected from them and watch what happens. They will just turn into mush.
That or freak out
Yeah, they would. I think they freak out.
because all they know is internet,
I know
Snapchat,
I freaked out when
Instagram.
lightning struck my tire over there. I was gonna go over there and fix it myself. I had to get back to Hangouts.
Just wanted to welcome wandering veteran. Welcome. And then interesting things also said yes they took I think this was about something else that they took away But look how our younger folks are act these days. I think it had to do probably just some device. But yeah, they do act differently.
Yeah.
Anime said exactly microwave mentality. Well said, Naga.
Thank you. But
And
there's also some divinity being born within these children as well. This is a lot of these people are our I don't know if everyone understands the indigo, the crystal children, and the rainbow children, but these are our rainbow children that are coming in. And I think that the powers that be knew that. So they immediately had this technology here to distract them because they're really here to spread love. They're here supposed to be teaching us how to simply love again. We old folks, we don't forget how to love. And that's what
mhm.
these rainbow children are supposed to be doing, building a world built upon love, but they're being stifled right now. And a lot of them have some divinity in them, but they don't know how to use it.
Mhm.
They really do. There's some real divine children being born now, but
Yeah.
they come in here with something already, with a vice on their neck already. It was designed just for them, like Satan after school, so just like that,
Yeah.
that's a
Mhm.
real. And I don't judge Satanists, but the stuff that Satan wants you to do does lead to a path of ridiculousness. And this
Mm-hmm.
is given to children already.
Yeah.
They can come in and do what the hell they want to do without will.
Yeah.
That's man,
And they have no respect at all whatsoever.
at all, brother.
Yeah. Um.
Oh, Naga, John Boy, I wanted to tell you thank you for allowing me to ask you some questions, Naga, and thank you, John Boy, for having me on. And Peeps, thanks for your help.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being on
You
here.
know, it's always a joy to have you, but I do have to go. It was very, very nice. I hope I'll be able to do this again.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, applesauce.
The
I
honor is
do appreciate you
mine.
being up here, and it's a pleasure talking to you. We'll get an interview with you one of these days.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can guys ask me all the questions you want, except for the year of my birth.
Boo.
Okay.
I know the date, I just don't know the year.
The year, exactly.
Okay,
But
well,
I have
thank
a
you,
guess about
applesauce.
you all. I really do. I have a really good guess, but we'll talk about that later. I have a
I'm
really
sure
good.
you probably do.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you
We
very much,
can do it.
Applesauce. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Bye, guys, and bye everybody in chat too.
All right.
Okay. See
Have
you later. Good night.
Be
Good
be
night.
blessed.
safe and good night.
You can come back if we're still on. well, well,
uh,
man, I've enjoyed it, man. I really have. I've learned a lot, and that number thing is right on the money. I mean, it is with me and everybody
mm,
else that resonated with also. So there is definitely something to it.
yeah.
Let me step out for 1 second, guys. I'm gonna step
Sure.
back in. I'm gonna step right
That's
back in
fine.
just a minute.
Sure. Go ahead.
That's fine. We'll talk. Interesting things. Thanks for showing up over here. I hope you've enjoyed it. Uh, anime, or a name. I don't know which way to go. I'm pretty sure it's anime.
Yeah.
The revealing unknown. Teacup, thank you for being out there also. Oh, I'm not even scrolling. This is just the recent. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all can see what I'm doing now. I'm screen sharing that.
Yeah. You got Roots Magoo.
The old Roots got out. Are you in the convertible tonight, Roots? And old Born Racers. Born Racers still out there?
No, he said he had to
It's
go.
been a very. I've enjoyed this, man. I've enjoyed learning new things
Oh man. Yeah.
because you know what's weird is some of the stuff I've been thinking about already, right? And then to hear somebody else have the same idea, it kind of solidifies what I was already thinking in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Roots Magoo said, of course he is.
That's,
He is in his
Do what?
Of course, he
Oh,
is
he is.
convertible.
Yeah. You remember? It looks kind of like the one that Doctor rode in on the Rifleman. It was convertible too. It's a doctor's coach that Roots gets out of the garage. He keeps it back in the dark corner. I'm playing with Roots.
Yeah,
Hey,
teacup.
Roots, when you gonna do another live stream?
I think we missed it because we were
Oh,
on
I
break.
do what?
But Teacup said, "My pleasure, Mr. President."
Well, thank you, Teacup.
And anime said, "Good point, John Boy. It definitely resonated with me as well."
Right. Well, it all makes sense. I don't know. Should I do my famous quote? It makes sense if you don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it does. If you
Anime nuts.
don't do what?
Anime is like, what the what? Roots does live streams, and we said, I sent the invites
Oh,
out.
well, Roots has gotten on to me. He says I never show up at any of them, and I'm like, well, daggum, they're not notifying me, Roots. I promise. I have never gotten notification of your lives once, ever, Roots, ever. What
Yeah,
about you, peeps?
no, not yet. Maybe maybe we
They're
have
just
to might have to get the emails again, Roots, or the I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But one of these days we'll attend it. But interesting things said. Thank you, John Boy, for letting me come into your house and talk with you and everyone in here.
oh, that's no problem.
And
That's
go ahead.
oh, I was just saying, everybody comes in here that about the truth, just the truth in general, whatever it is. If it's the truth, you're welcome to. You know what I mean?
And Love for Angel said, "It's nice to discuss and learn with others."
Yes, it is.
Exactly. Oh, you're back, Naga.
Yeah. But all of these things are supposed to be simple, positive, confirmation, aspirations, all those things. We're supposed to help build one another, from being happy for one another. And, is that's what the village, once again is just supporting each other in truth and love and sincerity. Very simple. I'm
Right.
glad I shared this with everyone. I'm grateful. I'm the one who's grateful.
Well, we're all grateful. I'm honestly, what is happening with me on this channel is not in my control whatsoever. It's just I've been steered this way. I'm not. I mean, I'm basically sitting back watching it happen because you know what I mean. I'm not. I did not think this up. I did not anything. Everything's just falling into place the way it's falling, and
Yeah.
it's something to
Hmm.
do with this download of knowledge, man. I'm not in control of it. I'm not.
Yeah.
Respect, brother.
And well, this interview had to happen because I know your voice needs to get out there because you can explain what you're speaking on so well, and it makes so much sense to me. And I just thought everybody else would enjoy it too.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope I help.
Well, not just enjoy it, but learn. That's what I mean, and that's enjoyment to me. Learning something is enjoyment.
I just hope I help, man. But I appreciate the acknowledgement. I really, really do.
Oh,
Jam
you
and
help.
welcome. We're not doing like a norm like what we do normally. We're doing John Boy's interviewing Naga Samurai Aichi. Go Aichi. I forgot. Got the. I've been saying it in my head like this whole time. Like if I have to say it out loud, and then I go ahead and
Good,
mess it.
brother. It's all good, brother. I
Job
promise it is.
well
Yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and put your link in there so everybody can link up with you.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
we're
that.
we're just the way it fell into place. We just left the panel like it was, and this is the first interview ever that I've ever done or have ever tried to attempt. I hope it's been presented to everyone in a decent way. And I do appreciate Samurai taking the time and all to, out of his schedule and all to share his knowledge with all of us. I'm grateful.
I'm grateful, brother, and I'm honored.
Yeah, me too. This is awesome that you agreed to do this too, man. I'm glad to be part of it.
I am as well, brother. I shade to that.
I don't know. Does anybody else have any questions?
Those
Yeah, and, we chilling. Conversation could be about everything, because I'm over here thinking about ways I'm about to disrespect these fish tacos in just a few minutes.
Yeah,
well, shoot, that sounds like a good point to
yeah,
just call it a night and tell you thank you for coming on to my channel, and peeps, thank you for helping me, and applesauce and Shauna out there in the chat room and
yeah,
Teacup.
I
yeah.
thank
Thank
all
you.
of you applesauce, brother Peeps. Also,
Yeah,
you
my
just
man.
one. Shout out to you, wife, love for angels. Shout
Yes,
out to everybody. Shauna, Roots Magoo, interesting things. I'm going by memory. A name. Who else was I think the Tracing Time showed up. Roots,
Tales,
Roots Magoo already.
Tales of the
Uh,
Blue-Eyed Indian.
White Indian, yeah.
Enlightened Skywatcher.
Yeah,
He
Johnny.
I know the came through. Namaste, brother.
Yeah, Enlightened Skywatcher. Albany, Oregon Skywatcher.
Definitely heard the
Jimmy
number.
Jimmy Seven.
Yeah, the number 7.
Yeah,
Squash's Mod Squad. I mean, yeah, Mod Squad was in.
I
yeah.
didn't
He
know.
was
Yeah,
Squash was
peace,
the.
peace. What's going on, Squash?
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
was
just
in
you
here
what you
like
ain't
towards the
done.
beginning.
Learn some stuff from y'all.
The Revealing Unknown. He was also in here too.
Yeah, that's right. The brother who was the number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we had a very pleasant time.
yeah, Wandering Veteran as well too was in here.
I did they say anything? Well, peace to him anyway, or her.
No, he came in here earlier and then he left and then he came back just a little while ago. I don't know if he's still in here though. But
Shout
we
out
got
to Teacup if she's still around too.
who?
I said shout out to Teacup if she's still around.
Yeah, she's here.
Oh, she is definitely, and Shauna definitely.
Yeah. She's got to make some things for her kid, I think she said. She's still in chat though. Tails, I think you were the only 8.
I thought there were 2 number 8s.
Hmm. Who else had an 8? I'm trying to think.
I thought there were 2. Unless you read a question by an 8 twice or something. 'Cause I remember someone being one. I thought somebody else. Nope, it was only one.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Tails is only one.
Yeah, I think Tails was the only one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, no, I don't remember.
What? 8 and a 4 ought to get along pretty good then, right?
For the most part, they would, but sometimes they clash heads because in the 8's mind, the 4 moves a little bit too fast.
Oh.
So they typically have either that sisters that get along or sisters that don't type of relationship.
Okay.
Because the 4 is going to want to keep on destroying and move forward, and the 8 is going to be trying to be like, hey, slow down, let's build this, and no, but I got to tear it down, that type of stuff.
I got you.
But if they learn how to work in tandem, though, it's a beautiful thing.
Right. So the eight could be behind the four, building back as the four destroy, and when everything's destroyed, then the four is coming to help the eight that's already got it started.
Or to help the four balance out between what needs to be destroyed and what doesn't, because the eight also
Oh,
it is the most structural, sound, you know what I'm saying, base that you can have at 8 points. Whatever. So and it represents balance. They can see everything. They are the center line that runs down everything. They are the everything. The infinity is everything. No beginning and no end as it is.
right.
So balance is a very important thing.
Okay. Thank you for that.
And
Bamboo soldiers in the house.
and like I said, their connection with the earth as well. It is based on that. The eights have a very strong connection with the earth because they are a foundation.
Let me ask you something. You were talking about that earlier. What's the what do you think changed in 2012 that made the resonance of the Earth change?
Well, people said that there wasn't a change after what the Mayans spoke about. There wasn't any world destruction, but people really misunderstood that text. It said that it was going to change and be like it was going to be destroyed, not to be returned as it was. And that didn't mean physically. So at approximately 2012, as the time allotted, just a little bit of backstory. When the creator, made this planet, or this plane T, it set it along a shift or a cycle in which that it would have time for habitation and death and so forth and so on. But it would also go through what is called cycles of dark and light. So with that being
All
said, the Bible speaks about, they all speak about it. There's going to be times where it is going to be just extreme peace. Yes, the wolf, well, I don't know about that. I think the wolf still go eat that motherfucker. But everybody's gonna be at peace. Whatever. They're gonna be, it won't be any war. There won't be thought about. Folks will be getting along. And then it just so happens that you and I, my brother, are living in a time where we're actually on our way out of the darkness. However, we're at the bottom of that son bitch, and we got a
yeah.
little bit more to go through. So these are cycles that are happening. So with that being said, the gateway to go into the so-called chaotic period, indefinitely, we're about to go into the whole of it that began in 2012. And so with the things that are happening with the earth and is predetermined by the creator, is just what it is. For what? Balance. Has to be dark and light, has to be left and right, up and down, so forth and so on. It has to be. So we're in that period right now of where we've gone into it, and all of that energy is constituting to the frequency of Mother Earth herself, being in a chaotic place. The harmonic frequency that usually envelops the Earth is being disturbed right now and has been, literally changed. So that event began to happen in 2012 because, as you see with the frequency, the different frequencies, it's brought about brand new spanking animals that we've never seen. It's brought about brand new colors. Even the sky isn't as blue as it was. The grass isn't as green. The clouds are lower in the sky. All of these things constitute to us being on a different frequency. They are not like they were before. And it just so
Exactly.
happens that this particular, huh?
I said exactly.
Yeah, and just unfortunately we're living in it, but this particular frequency that we're on right now just so happens to be chaotic, and it allows for the dominion of chaos to be in control at the time. It makes chaos and wickedness and people and animals and things of that nature. It makes it easier for it to happen. It makes the person who is not on a higher vibration easier and more susceptible to these acts of wickedness. Lower vibrational beings, is easier for them to enter this plane right now. And us as humans, we all got to deal with that shit. Bottom line.
Right.
It's just the time, y'all, that we're in. We just happen to be the folks who are here. But we've been given tools and ways to deal with this and to make it easier and actually to solve it. All of those tools have been left here. We have just chosen not, or the powers that be took that shit, and is keeping it from us all, basically.
Right. Because they don't want us to improve. They want us to. They're entrapping us.
Yeah, we're their food and their source.
Well, what do they do with us when they trap? I mean, is a
It helps
it's a
create
soul
more. It
trap,
helps them.
right?
Well, let me know. I actually have a very specific answer for you. What this does is keep you in a perpetual state. See, how do I want to jump into this? Basically, outside of the creator, there are many gods, and many gods have decided that they wanted to build kingdoms in their name. So this is why a lot of these guys only want you praying to them and try to have you subservient to them, because they are building kingdoms in the atmospheric and ethereal world, and they need inhabitants in those kingdoms in order to make them rise and to be big. They are doing this outside of the order of what the creator told them to do. And so all of these different things, and I guess I put the truth out there. The four beast system, which is truthfully Christianity, Islam, the Vedic Indians, and Buddha. Those are your four beasts, and they are all competing to try to get your soul so that you can be an inhabitant into their kingdom and the kingdom of their followers, which makes their kingdom even bigger. So that's what they're doing, trying to all get us to be subservient to them, so that when we pass over to the next life, we'll be a part of their kingdom, making their shit grow in
Well, let me
wickedness.
ask you this. So the applesauce editing she does when you see like these cities and stuff like that in the sky, that's the dimensions that are starting to bleed through or become more real. You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
the atmosphere. Yes, absolutely correct, sir. The atmosphere is supposed to all be separated, but with the veil of the earth and with the frequency changing and shattering, Mother Earth's natural veil against these things, yes, the atmospheric beings are able to leak their ass in here and cause trouble. Why? Because all they're supposed to be doing is inspiring men, whispering things in men and women's women ears, and getting them to do certain things own gain or for a master that they're serving, but they are able to get their wicked ass in here. The atmospheric is leaking it in, and most of them want to be back on Earth anyway. So they got shitty attitudes, and most of them have bad intentions.
Yeah, I agree
Okay.
with that. I got. Do you have another question, John Boy, or?
No, I'm still freaking out over here right now. I'm trying. I
No,
know.
uh,
No,
we're-
I'm all right. I'm just, man, it's a lot, and it's what I've been thinking about. And he's right on the spot, and I've never talked to him about it before. But I mean, when two people that's never talked about the same things got the same idea, is it an idea or is it a fact? You know what I mean?
right. Well, like, there's a lot of blowing a lot of
It's just
people's
not
minds.
what people think it is. It's not what people think it is.
What's
Yeah.
that?
No,
I
I
was
said
saying
you.
that an afterlife actually does exist. It's just not what people think it is. It's something
Well,
completely
the
different.
afterlife isn't that actually the life we came from? So wouldn't it be a continual life? Because it never ends.
Well, those are two principles that are kind of being mixed up when you speak about energy and then the life. Reincarnation, once again, is not what people think it is. We all come here as a brand new soul. We were in the ether, but we had no idea or existence of this, and we were selected and or very simply chose to gain a corporeal body, which disconnected us from all of that. We don't have that connection. Well, we got to start over
Were
from
we
the bottom.
tricked into this?
No, not necessarily. Not
Did we
when it comes to
volunteer?
creator. We get tricked after we get to this plane.
Did we volunteer to do this to prove our worth somewhere?
I can't speak for everyone, but the solid answer is if you were some of the first Etherean beings that the creator made and you chose to come here, then yes. But other than that, no, you were a soul that was specifically created by the creator to come and have this human experience because he desires for his corporeal worlds to be inhabited and to have life and for you to have the experiences of different labors so that you could prepare to come over to the afterlife. So no, if you
Damn.
weren't those original ethereal angels that he had assisting it in creating certain things, then no, you were a brand new soul.
So you're saying like the fallen ones compared to the soul?
What the truth behind the fallen ones is what people say it is, but what they were is that they were ethereal beings that were in the heavens, and the creator actually gave them a choice that if you chose to go to earth and everything, you could be there to guide and inspire men. But if you decided to be carnal and come a part of the corporeal world, then your existence and your place in the ethereal heavens will be removed. You'll have to start all over again with the human life and then work your way back up through those, to get to those heavens if that's what you want to do. But they were given a choice, and many of them
Oh,
wanted the experience, and that's what happened.
that is cool, man. Thanks for enlightening me with that. I mean, seriously, that blowing my mind some more.
So, it's, and like I said, my thing is, I'm not here to say that I'm right or wrong, but the question was asked to me, and this is the place that I've come to personally in my spiritual growth, the things that I believe, on as the above and below, how we are having stuff going on here. There's governments and just all that other stuff, and folks up there doing they shit in the heavens as well. It's all happening up there too.
Right. And
So,
I've said what I've
you
seen
know,
in the sky before, and I saw it in great detail because I was using binoculars, and it was it was like there was a portal that something was looking through at me, and it got mad that I saw it, and I saw it frown and grit its teeth and yank its head back, and the cloud hole sucked together and covered up. It was almost like black darkness behind. I mean, it was weird.
No, I absolutely believe you. I absolutely do because that is true. Once they know you can see them, they don't like it, but then they will start to really fuck with you pretty bad. After they know you can see them, they don't like that at all. They'll let you know that, and they'll probably do something to mark you to show you that they know that you can see, and you actually are a threat to them once you can see them because you can tell other people about them.
Right. Well, I got a problem with this one face that I see all the time. I mean, it's everywhere I go, and it's always up there.
Definitely. Well, hey, who knows? But I want to put out there too that again, I'm not saying that the stuff that I'm sharing is right or wrong. I'm not saying that anybody else is right or wrong. I am not disrespecting anyone's spirituality or their religion or their path, the way they think. I'm not disrespecting any of that. I respect all of it. Though we may disagree, there is still love and respect. So I hope I'm just thinking about it. I hope that my words are coming across as just a truth of the path that I am walking and not to judge or condemn or speak against anyone at all. No, is this thing on?
Hey, I was trying to hit the button. Exactly. I couldn't
Okay.
agree with you more. I got a little lag problem over here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't agree with you, Samurai. I'm not here to sway anybody. I know you're not. And what's tripping me out is, I mean, you're right on spot with the way I've been thinking. So it's got to be a knowledge drop or download or whatever, because we've got the same message, the
Hmm.
same understandings.
Yeah.
Well, big up to
I
that.
wanted to. Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I just wanted to say Bamboo Soldier came in a little later, and he
Uh-huh.
wanted to know what his number was. So we figured out his number, and it's a number one.
My brother. Is he still in here?
In here, you still in here, Bamboo? I think you said yeah.
Oh, you actually see it?
No, yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me ask. Bamboo, type of one if you're still in here.
Yeah, because I
Okay,
can't see the
yeah, he's
chat.
here.
Man. Oh wow. Uh
Yeah.
Number ones, and I'm a number one as well. We are literally the leader as far as what the archetype is called. We're the first ones. We're gonna go do it for ourselves. Uh, we're always moving forward. We're always trying to maneuver forward, but do it smoothly. Do you know why? Because as number ones, we have a responsibility to go and find out and then let everybody know if it's okay. So a perfect example of what we would do if we had to guide some people somewhere and we came upon a cave or something like that. Not only will we walk ahead of people, um, I don't want to go in that dark ass cave, but it's what we do. We got to go in there and make sure that it's okay for everybody else. So we're very protective people. We definitely believe in justice. We speak our minds all the time, but we do have some tact with it. But the most important thing about us is that we're always moving forward and trying to forge that path. So, for everyone else that's behind us. And, you know, it's just that's what we do. We move forward. We move forward. We're that positive, force energy. Not saying that everything that we do is good, because a lot of times we move too fast as number ones, and we often run into brick walls. And that is my warning for all of us number ones that we have to be mindful of how we're moving forward, and we can't move so fast that we don't listen to other people. We have to stop and listen. Um, and outside of that, we're just protective and loyal people. Who just kind of are about the nitty gritty of everything, all the details and all that. Okay, whatever. What's the point? So that's pretty much it. We just do shit and then come back and tell everybody what we did.
Nice.
Kind of sound badass too.
Bamboo said right
Like
on. Naga,
like
this is deep.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, number ones.
man, this is great, man. I ain't lying, man. I enjoy this. The
Yeah.
knowledge, just the learning.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're never too old to learn new things, you know?
I don't know.
Bamboo.
I forget a lot of things now more. So I'm glad to learn something. I wonder how long I'll keep it. I should keep this because it's like, look, isn't the answers within us basically because we've got to look for them, and it's not really that it's in us. We got to use what's in us to get to the answer, right?
Yes and yes. But also there were tools left as well. Remember, there are a lot of
Right.
tools around us to help us. And not only are all of those energies in us, but it does pay to learn these other energies so that you can, interact with people. If that's part of your charge and being responsible, if you know you have to deal with people, it's best to understand all of these energies around you. That'll help you with clarity. It'll help separate you and figure out what you got going on so that you don't mix yourself up and live vicariously through other people and become complacent or bitter by doing that.
Right. Well, I'm a leader. I'm supposed to be a leader anyhow, but I do not try to lead because I don't want to lead the wrong way. I'm like you. I don't want to lead anybody the wrong way, but I will give you other options that you did not look at. Like if you're looking at a situation a certain way and you can't see but one way out, I'll go, well, have you looked at it like this or have you looked at it like that? They come back to me 2 weeks later, like, thank you for that. I'm like, well, what? thank you for the answer. I'm like, well, I didn't give you an answer. I just gave you two other choices. You made the choice.
Did John Boy? It did. Well, but it did exactly what a number four does when you gave them those new options that destroyed the old construct of their thinking and helped them build upon something new on the foundation that they had. That's exactly what that did. It destroyed those old constructs of thinking.
I just learned something. When I thought destruction, I thought destruction. Smoke and smolder and fire and just annihilation. I did not think
No, that's
about
now that's
destruction
peep
of
type
a wrong
destruction.
thought and making a new thought.
Oh, you
John
guys
Boy,
still there?
I'm here. I don't know what
Testing.
happened.
I'm here.
Okay,
Oh, there he is.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
yeah,
I'm starting to have those audio log lag things.
okay. But no, no, your that's number nine's type of destruction, to completely obliterate everything. But no, the four destroys the basic shell of the construct, but doesn't destroy the foundation.
Right.
You can still build a brand new building on a solid foundation, but you have to, so
Clear it
that's
off.
it. Say that again.
You have to clear it off and
Yeah,
start
you
over.
have to. Exactly. And like I said, something brand new can be built upon the old foundation, but the foundation has to be solid, has to be made of substance.
Right. Stone. Truth. See,
Well,
that's I've always said I base everything off the truth. I stand on the solid foundation of truth, and you can't budge me off of that. There's no way. Truth never has to be remembered. It always stands there on its own. But a lie it's got to be remembered.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now you leave all that really messing stuff up really bad. That's his world.
Yeah.
And I think Shauna too, definitely Shauna. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh, just just tell me when you're gonna do it, Shauna, so I can leave the state.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she's in here.
Yeah, she's still here.
But I want everybody to understand that all of these things are beautiful. Once again, the balance is there. There is no in without out. So there is no light without dark, and there is no good without evil, no positive without negative. But the one thing that we can control in all of that is just the choices that we make.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for
Um,
something that Bamboo told me to scroll up and look. And
and if you have a time limit, Samurai, let me know because a John Boy live stream can go 8 hours.
Well, if that's the case, I might just check in and check out because the
oh
only
yeah.
thing I'm definitely enjoying is like I said, you don't understand what's in my mind. I'm thinking of how I'm going to disrespect fish tacos followed by baked chocolate chip cookies. Like y'all don't
Oh,
understand what I'm
I
about to do this
forgot
week,
about that.
Yeah. Well, if you gotta eat,
and
man,
it's
eat.
my last hour too.
Yeah.
Well, look, give us how much more time do you want? Like 15 more minutes? We'll go ahead and set a time that we're going to end this, and then that way you can get to those fish tacos. And
Well, like, are you going to close out the live altogether?
yeah, yeah. I don't
Okay,
want to go past. This is strictly dedicated to you.
I
Your
appreciate.
interview. I don't want to go past it and add extra stuff. I want to just keep it, you know, strictly you. You're the topic,
I
and
appreciate.
then
Well, I
oh,
say
I
this:
appreciate.
if Peeps and you can go up the list, like I said, I really wanted to talk to whoever was sincere about it. So if there are no other specific questions, if you guys don't have any, then we can shut it out.
Okay.
Yeah, fish tacos shut down the live stream. No.
Dude, I eat so many fish tacos. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Uh, I've never had one. I guess I'm gonna have to get down to Memphis and get you to show me where you get those fish tacos.
Bro, come on to the hood. I'll make you some while we camp out, bro. I'll make you some.
Hey, you know where I like to go when I get down in Memphis on like Third Street or down there on Poplar and stuff? Or I think Elvis Presley's got one.
What's
Old
that?
Jack Park, man. That's some good eat.
Dude, so you know about the Turtles, huh? Yeah, man.
Oh,
It's a Memphis
I love
thing,
some
dude.
great sandwich with the coleslaw and gravy. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, that's a Memphis thing. It's like only four of them in the world, and they all in Memphis. That's it's but people
I named
travel though.
three of them. One of them's way down there on Lamar, I think.
I
Mendenhall.
think they moved that one on Lamar.
Oh,
But it's definitely still one in the middle of the hood on Bellevue. You know, Bellevue and Elvis Presley is the same street.
yeah, that's the one. I like that one.
Yeah,
I'm telling
that's really the best one to me.
I used to eat the
That's the
one that
best
was
one.
on Summer Avenue a long, long time ago when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, just in case anybody wants to know, there is a real corn tortilla that is about to be lightly toasted on both sides. And I put them. You take your oven towel or something like that and place them in there so they'll stay warm. So I'm gonna bake some fish. You can use any type of fish, whatever you do after you bake it or pan sear it or whatever. Cause I'm probably gonna pan sear a piece of salmon. You just cut it up in little sections and you get your tortilla, put the fish on the tortilla, add your little sauce and sour cream, a little cilantro, drop a lime or two, and make sure you don't eat your hands.
Damn, that sounds really good.
Video
So
it. Make a video of it.
Yeah.
I
Dude, what do
might,
they call
but
that?
and I'm not gonna. I probably gonna cook the salmon. I probably use some breaded fillets, some beer battered fillets. You could do that as well. Bake some beer battered fillets and do the
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah.
man.
And you can make this food outside too. This is easy camping food.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll tell you what I've always wanted to do, and I haven't done it yet, and I'm going to. I'm gonna go
What's that?
fishing one day and have a fire going already with a frying pan already hot. And as soon as I pull that fish out, it's gonna be in that frying pan as soon as I can get it there.
Okay, so all right, so now here's I want to bring up something that I think is funny. I told all of you that I find the differences in our people, our different so-called races, they are so hilarious and some of them are beautiful. So John, I'm black dude. Like I gotta cut the head off and pull them guts out before I put that
Oh,
some
I'm
bitch
gonna
off.
do that. No, I'm not gonna put them on.
Okay,
No, no,
don't
no.
throw 'em in. I thought you was gonna throw. I was like, no.
No, I'm well. When I said as soon as I can, I meant after I got them fixed and ready. Oh
Don't scare
no,
your brother
I've
like
seen them do that on
don't scare
movies.
me
I'm
like
like,
that.
really?
Oh, don't scare me like that,
Oh
man.
no. No, if I was gonna do that, I'd just go ahead and bite into them when we're about cooking them. Get some sushi going or something, you know.
I can do that. Now I definitely I eat raw fish. I only eat trout, tuna, and salmon raw. I definitely eat those raw.
Yeah, they're good. Just a little smoke flavor on them, you know. The salmon, especially. I love some salmon.
Yeah, it sounds good.
But no, I've seen it like you said, and like I said, our cultural differences are beautiful. But I've seen certain people of typically of the Caucasian phenotype. They will eat the whole fish, like they'll bake the whole damn fish. They don't pull no guts out. They just stick some bitch in the oven. I'd be like, oh,
No,
okay, not judging. Just I don't want none.
no,
Why you
no.
saying it like that?
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a chat about that too. I'm telling y'all, we're gonna all have to have an open conversation about race and ask questions and just all type of stuff. My mind is so open to races and racial jokes, all that. I just want all us to talk. That's all I want is the conversation. So we can learn
Well, let
about
me
each
tell
other.
you this joke then.
Oh boy. Here we go.
I was kidding. Hey, I'll volunteer to be the other guy because, like I said, I think it would take me and you being, the opposite colors
Right.
together,
You guys would
making
be
that.
Oreo cookies.
Yeah, I'm not. What I'm saying is, if one or the other did an individual one, it wouldn't be taken to heart like two people coming together explaining what the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Two people of the opposite. What am I trying to say? I hate using the word black and white, but if you get
Exactly.
two
No.
people,
Yeah, call it what it is. It to me that would be interesting, and we I guess we if you want to label it, we can call the ask a color series or somewhere. If there's anybody who just ever wanted to ask a black dude something, ask me. So I can't lie. It's a couple of questions I need to ask y'all. Some shit y'all do I don't understand, and I
hey,
really want to get to the bottom of it.
we could title it. What'd you say? You see what I'm saying?
And
In
I would
comedy,
hope that people would learn. I hope it make them uncomfortable too, but I would hope
well,
that people would want to learn.
think about this. It'd kind of be like where what's that sitcom they got out? Um, oh, it's got Cedric the Entertainer in there, and they're trying to show that. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. I haven't
What's
seen
the
it.
name of that sitcom? Well, I've seen some of
Oh,
them, but
the neighbor or
I
something.
don't watch TV that much.
It was called the neighbor or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Had Cedric the Entertainer and had that chick that used to be on some other sitcom. They're in a restaurant. Two Broke Girls. Yeah, that was the name of that.
Yeah, I think I
But
saw
anyhow,
episode.
that's what they're trying to do. But I think me and you can make a better point because we're real. We're not actors. And we'll tell it like, I'll tell it like it is. I'm a number four.
Definitely. No,
So,
I'm very
I'm coded. I know. And we will have to say our own disclaimers before we even start.
Yeah.
well, I
But
only have one
that's
disclaimer.
what we need
I,
to do. Huh?
I'm with it. I said I'm with it. Whoever will want to join, as long as it's done, in respect and in truth. The language can be what it is, but as long as there's a sincere, will to know, then we
Right.
can do it. But like I said, my disclaimer is only one thing: just be prepared for the answer.
Right. Well, right. Can't get no realer than that. I'm serious. I mean, I'm looking over here at the
Okay.
chat. Let's see.
I was gonna read some things from the chat that some folks wrote down. Oh, damn. Will
But
not
we're
let me
probably
go
going
back
to
to
end
that.
this in another, what, 5 minutes? Because I
minutes,
said
yeah.
something about 15. Because I'm trying to let
Oh,
Samurai get something to eat. I'm so grateful he took some
okay.
time out of his time to spend it here and talk to all of us.
I'm
And I'm
I'm here.
glad all of y'all showed up and everything. I
I'm here.
truly am.
I'm here for this though. I really am. I wanted to hear what Peeps was going to say though.
Yeah, I can't scroll all the way up where I
Oh,
was
yeah.
trying to get in there, but I know
But
I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
I just want everybody to know we need to go ahead and get ready to start ending this so
Okay.
Samurai can get him some fish
Yeah.
tacos.
Yeah, I can't scroll past where I was trying to wait for, like Bamboo had pointed to go up, get the words, and then
I think
Tails
he
had
was
written
talking
Oh,
to Joe.
really?
something.
I don't know.
Yeah, when you watch it again, just you'll see what they wrote in there.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
look,
I can't scroll up any further now.
if everybody would sit there and share this out or whatever, and if people want something like this again, we could get Samurai back if he has the time or whatever time he has available before August the 1st and do another like question and answer where the audience can. I mean, is that's up to you, Samurai. I mean,
I'm in service, brother. I'm down for it. As long as we're learning and loving and doing it together, I'm with it. I'm with it, with it, with it.
okay.
Out today.
Well, that's what we need to do then. What we'll do is we'll figure if everybody can get out there and share that. If we can get enough people ready for Samurai to come back, we're going to do another live and have Samurai answer the audience's questions live
Yeah,
on YouTube.
cool.
That's cool, right?
Will I see the chat once I go back and look at this thing again? Will the chat pop up?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, what
Okay.
you got? Just a cell phone?
Yeah, man.
Well, look, this is what you can do. You can sit there and hit the square button that sends your Hangouts, into a hidden tab, and then you can log on to YouTube and go to the live stream and just either turn the volume off or pause the live stream and watch the live chat while you're on the Hangouts call on your phone.
I'll try.
No,
I'll
I'm
try.
just like, don't do it now. We got you. But I'm just
Okay.
saying, we do it next time. I'll explain to you before we get going.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll be happy as long as I can go back and read it. So I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
Okay.
good.
But yeah, I didn't
cool.
realize that I was doing it with like I'd use my cell phone to read the chat, and I was talking on my tablet, and then I got the laptop, and the laptop would show me the chat, and this computer I'm on now, I can pull up tabs and have stuff. I'm reading it over here on a separate tab, and got this over here going, but yeah, it looks like Samurai's fixing to tackle some fish tacos.
All right.
Well, as long as everybody's question has been answered,
Yeah.
I,
I'm not gonna leave
I
anybody
believe
hanging.
so.
Interesting thing said that yes, it was too late there. He said peace and love to everyone here, blessings and protection. Also, thank you at Naga Samurai Go Aichi for the knowledge you dropped tonight. And yes, y'all, it did take me 10 minutes to write this.
I'm honored. Thank you so much.
So, and I wish I would have
Yeah, I
been able
do
to
thank
read the
everyone.
answers. So yeah,
Say that again.
I wish I was able to read the other ones.
Okay.
And
And then back and read it. I won't be able to respond to it.
right, Bamboo said he wants to be in the talk about race and joke and laugh. It's all using our differences as a tool. No excuse to use a weapon as a weapon.
Beautifully spoken. Let it
Yeah.
be up to the host here.
Yes.
Damn, that was beautifully spoken.
Oh, the timestamp for what Bamboo and Tails was writing that I wanted to get back to. It's 1:22. You'll see the number 1:22 a.m.
Okay. Okay.
So let's see. Born Eraser says, "Don't end the live. I want to hear Bamboo take him up there." Uh, and Shanna said, "Thank you, brother." Oh, you were able to get back up there. How did you figure that? Sorry.
I'm not going to
You're wel-
respond to that, Racer.
Um, Bamboo said, "Wisdom hidden in frequency, majestically and magically. Some belong demonically, can't always sense it visually. Look inside to find empathy for liberty, world to be strong in empathy."
Hmm.
That's from
Who
Bamboo.
said that? Oh,
Bamboo said
that is the truth. Yeah, it's the truth.
and then Tails said, "Yes, I was a brand new soul at its creation, but my soul is here and attached to the energy exceeding, and it only transforms. I cannot seize. Energy does not seize."
True. It does not.
and the other one was bamboo now. All I know, the almighty answer is love. Everything else can't be sure myself. I can't be sure myself. What was the other one? I think those were the ones that I wanted to get. Oh, and then Blue Tails, again, the mind and the brain are a separate entities.
Absolutely correct.
Uh, Shauna says, "You're awesome, brother Naga."
You're awesome, Shauna.
And then Bamboo, bless up, Naga. Got some straight wisdom. Much respect for your perspective.
Respect, brother.
Uh, and they have numbers. Trying to go make sure everybody throws something in there. And then Tails said, one isn't a master number though. 11, 22, and 33 are the strongest life path numbers.
They all have their place, but no, one is not a master number. But 11, 22, and 33, he's correct. Those are the master numbers.
Okay. And Shauna said, this is so exciting, just incredible how all of us can help each other and learn together with Naga.
I'm a reflection of all of you. We are all doing this together. I couldn't do it without any of you. I'm humbled, you all. I'm humbled.
As we all are.
Yeah. So, a couple other ones. Um, Anime said, I will never keep one from fish tacos. They are too yummy.
I appreciate that. She must knows how good they are. She got to know.
So,
I do appreciate everybody showing up. And I do appreciate the panel I had.
yeah, so that's
I've got daggone armadillo outside the shop digging under the corner.
yeah, and I think that's it. That I see like
I
questions,
appreciate that,
statements.
peeps.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate that.
No
So,
problem,
There
bro.
he is, the one and only Samurai.
hey, I'm about to about to go and start getting the ingredients out to get these things going. So, it's been an
You
honor,
know
you
what
all.
that means? We can watch Naga cook live on YouTube. No, I'm joking. We're gonna let you go, man. I know you're hungry.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you, man, very
Man,
much
we
for.
really do appreciate it. And we appreciate everybody that showed up and watched it, and the people that will watch the replay. Thank you. Come back. We'll have some other channel featured. And Samurai said he would be back to do questions and answers in the chat. So let's look forward to that.
Yeah,
Namaste, everybody.
I'd
you,
like to thank y'all, the Samurai and Peeps and Applesauce, and Shanna and Teacup and Tails and everybody in the chat. But I
yes,
guess
yes.
I
Thank you
guess
guys
we can
very much.
call it a night, right?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Thank y'all.
Thank you very much,
Until next
everybody.
time.
Much love, y'all. And
Always stand
anime,
on the
he is
truth
freedom.
and never falter from the truth. But y'all have a good night.